Getting ready for first pitch here in San Rafael. Game one of the three-game series at Albert Park between the Pacifics and the Stompers. Vinny Longo and Danny Nielsen here on the Northgate Acoustics pregame show. As it's a battle of first place here, Danny. 7 games between these two teams this week, and the winner of this 7-game series, if you will come out with possession of first place after this week. And clock is winding down on the first half here, and we've played 23 games. It's a 39-game first half, so it's just 16 left. You're going to be less than 10 when Sunday comes around. Kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, this is going to be a pivotal series here, obviously, because the winner of the first half of the season, they meet the winner of the second half of the season in the championship game. If the winner of both halves of the season is the same team, they win the title outright. There will be no playoff. So this is going to be a pivotal matchup between two teams that are locked up in first place.
We'll take a look at your Marin Link starting lineup. First off, for the visiting Stompers, 13-10 overall. They're 0-2 against the Pacifics this season. Matt Hibbert will lead off. He's in center field. The second baseman is Yuki Yasuda, and he will bat second as well. Joel Carranza hitting 30s at first base. Daniel Baptista back in the lineup after some knee troubles. He's the DH and will bat cleanup. Caleb Bryson tied for the league in home runs. He's going to bat fifth and play third. Derek Fox in right field will bat sixth. Mason Morioka, the catcher, is going to bat seventh. Mark Hurley in the 8th spot. He's in left field. And the shortstop will be Eddie Mora-Loera, and he will round out the lineup. Patrick Barnett will get the start for San Rafael this evening. Barnett is 0-0 this year, just one start, a 1.12 ERA. Struck out 12 men and walked none in 8 innings. The first pitch fastball misses low and away to Hibbert. And we're underway at 7:07. And a beautiful night for baseball. Not a cloud in the sky. And a night breeze headed out over the left center field wall. Barnett from the stretch, 1-0, and Hibbert swings and a grounder to the right side. That's going to be foul just down the line. So 1-1 it'll be to Hibbert. Hibbert started slow when he first got back here from the American Association. Has picked it up though, 256, a couple of doubles and 6 runs batted in. Right-handed batter, a lot of speed, and almost always puts the ball in play.
Important for Barnett to keep Hibbert off the bases here. As Vinny mentioned, lots of speed. Can make some things happen, stealing bases, putting some pressure on the defense.
Barnett from the stretch, 1-1. He kicks and he deals, and Hibbert takes a fastball, just misses high. It's 1-1. Gary Rinkelmeyer calling the balls and strikes tonight, and Danny Speck is out on the base paths.
Interesting look from Barnett. From a starter, he works exclusively from the stretch, which is atypical. Normally a pitcher will have a windup and a stretch position.
2-1, and Hibbert swings and fists off the fastball foul first base side. So it's 2-2 now. Barnett with a high 80s fastball, pairs it with a couple of good curveballs and a 2-seamer. And was very good in his Pacifics debut against Vallejo last week, to the tune of 12 strikeouts. Sun glaring in the eyes of Taylor and Gonzalez at third and short. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that's how we get underway. 1 away, 13 strikeout on the season for Barnett, and now Yuki Yasuda.
Barnett picking up right where he left off in his last start. As was mentioned, 12 strikeouts in 8 innings. That tells you he has really good stuff. He just froze Hibbert there on a 2-2 pitch, outside corner, painting it with the fastball.
And now Yasuda recently rejoined the Stompers, and a fastball misses low and away. And it's 1-0. Yasuda at a 370 clip, 10 hits in his first 27 at-bats, 3 RBIs, picked up right where he left off last year. 1-0. Barnett kicks, he deals, and Yasuda takes a fastball, just misses high on the outside, and it's 2-0.
Low strike zone featured here thus far from Gary Rinkelmeyer. Typically bodes well for pitchers. They don't want to leave the ball up.
2-0, Yasuda taking all the way, and the fastball's right there for a strike. It's 2-1.
Yasuda, a very patient hitter, very selective when he's ahead in the count.
Will generally walk about as much as he strikes out. 2-1 pitch. And Yasuda takes a fastball, just missing outside. 3 balls and a strike now. Now Barnett did not walk a man in his Pacifics debut. A control pitcher. He's going to field the zone with strikes. 3-1, working quickly. Here's the pitch, and Yasuda swings a high fly ball, well struck left field. Back on it is Bakakis at the track, the wall, looking up, it's gone. Yuki Yasuda with a solo shot puts the Stompers up 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. And he got all of that one. I don't think there was any doubt about that.
Yeah, that was, you could tell that one was leaving the yard straight off the bat. 3-1 challenge fastball from Barnett, and Yasuda was certainly ready for the challenge. Barnett left that one up in the zone, and Yasuda got good wood on it.
So now the challenge for Barnett is to be able to work back from that and see what he can do to a very dangerous out of the order. Started by Carranza, who is at .339, 5 homers and 12 RBIs. From the stretch, Barnett, first pitch fastball right there for a strike, 0-1.
So important as a pitcher after you give up a big home run or any type of big hit to answer back, show some resiliency, compete out there on the mound.
1 strike to count, here's the pitch. And Carranza takes the breaking ball, just misses low, and it's 1-1. Yasuda had 199 at-bats for Sonoma last year and failed to hit a home run. And now if you add together his now 28 at-bats, 1-1 pitch, and Carranza takes a fastball right there for a strike again, and it's 1-2. Looking at about 225 at-bats before he got one over, but here in the pitcher-friendly ballpark in the Pacific Association, Yasuda goes deep for the first time in 2 years. 1-2 to Carranza, someone who goes deep with regularity. He swings and pops the curveball foul and out of play, and it'll be 1-2 still.
Yeah, the fact that Yasuda left the yard there might give you a little indication of the wind out that's blown out to left center. I think that one might have got out either way, though. He hit that one pretty well.
Ball and 2 strikes. Barnett kicks. He deals. Breaking ball swung on and just tipped foul. And it'll stay 1-2. With Barnett ahead in the count as he is, you got to imagine Carranza's going to see a steady diet of breaking balls. And if he does see a heater, it's going to be more of the show-me variety.
Yeah, maybe something elevated up in the zone. As you mentioned, Barnett has a couple different breaking balls, and he's thrown them well thus far. Sharp biting.
Here's 1-2, and a fastball misses outside, so 2-2. Best fastball we've seen tonight from Barnett, though.
Carranza doing a good job of working the count here.
An experienced and quality hitter. 7th pitch of the at-bat is coming up. Open stance from Carranza. Hands held in front of the chest. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and lifted out into shallow right center. Racing in Isova. Still on the move. On the run. He makes the grab two-handed. And there are 2 away here in the first inning for Daniel Baptista. Defensively for the Pacifics, brought to you by MarinLink.org. Johnny Bukakis in left field with Zach Pace in center and Mike Calhova in right. From right to left across the infield, Brent Gillespie at first base with Chase Tucker at second, Daniel Gonzalez at shortstop, Jake Taylor at third, and Ricky Gingras behind the dish tonight. So Baptista from the left side. A slow start to the year at .215. 2 doubles and a triple, and a first pitch fastball misses in tight to him. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, Baptista with not your typical numbers that you would expect to see out of the 3-hitter. Hasn't hit for much power, hitting for a low average.
1-0, and a fastball misses up and away. It's 2-0. Has been dealing with some knee troubles. Sidelined him for 7 days. Coming off a year where he hit better than .330 for Sonoma. 2-0 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Baptista takes a fastball for his strike, outer half, 2-1. 1-0 Sonoma leads, 2 away. Top of the first. Yasuda's solo shot, the difference in the game thus far. Barnett, except from the chest, 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the 2-seamer, 2-2.
Yeah, Baptista was late on that 2-seamer. If you're Barnett, you got to think you can blow another one by him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Barnett from the chest, kicks, he deals, and Baptista takes just inside, I think. And it'll be 3-2. Close pitch from Barnett.
Yeah, might have been a little high as well. As we mentioned, Rinkelmeyer with the lower strike zone.
2s across the board. Barnett kicks, he deals, and Baptista swings a sky-high fly ball, carrying into left field. Not deep enough, though. Bukakis now backtracking onto the warning track with the wind will make the 2-handed grab. And the side is retired here in the first inning. So the Stompers get the run on the Yasuda blast. 1-0 they lead as we go to the bottom of the first here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is manager Matt Cavanaugh. You're listening to Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
So the Pacifics will come to the plate for the first time here in the bottom of the first, already down 1-0. The Marin League starting lineup for San Rafael, 13-10, tied for first place with Sonoma. And 7-3 here at the friendly confines of Albert Park. Zach Pace will lead off, the center fielder. Daniel Gonzalez behind him at shortstop. Jake Taylor in the 3 spot, he's the third base. Chase Tucker batting cleanup, he's at second. Mike Elhova in right field will bat 5th. Brent Gillespie, the first baseman, will bat 6th. The DH tonight will be John Giacchis, and he's going to bat 7th. Ricky Gingras hitting 8th, and he's behind the dish. And Johnny Bukakis will round out the lineup. He's in left field. Mike Jackson Jr. getting the start for Sonoma this evening. Jackson, the big burly right-hander, at 2-2 with a 6.30 earned run average. He struck out 18 men and walked 10 in 20 innings pitched. Pace from the left side at 210 on the season as Jackson Jr. into his windup. A first pitch fastball misses low and away. It's 1-0. Pace's on base percentage is what has been impressive, 414. As we've gone past the halfway point in the first half, you can see a trend there. Been getting on base a lot. 1-0. Jackson Jr. into the windup. And here comes the pitch. And Pace takes a fastball, high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Vin, as you mentioned, the low batting average for Zach Pace, but really the only stat that matters for a leadoff hitter is that on-base percentage, and at 414, he is well over league average.
2-0, and Pace taking all the way and misses up and away, 3-0. Jackson tried the tighter cutter. Now Pace with a good chance to start off this first inning with a walk. Jackson features a fastball, high 80s into the low 90s, a slider, a splitter. As the 3-0 pitch on the way, Pace taking all the way, right there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Jackson took a little something off that fastball there. Wanted to make sure to get it in the zone. So important as a pitcher just to throw that first strike of the game, get rid of those butterflies.
3 balls, 1 strike. Jackson Jr. kicks, here he comes. And Pace taking the fastball, inside corner, it's 3-2.
Just another demonstration of how good Zach Pace is at working the count here, though. He's a real nuisance for pitchers. Tough to strike out. Gonna really work the count.
Choked up on the bat, left-handed batter. And feet bunched together, hands in front of the belly button. 3-2. He swings away, and a high fly ball, shallow left. Coming in on it is Hurley. Waiting for it now, makes that catch two-handed. And there's 1 away in the last of the first. Defensively for the Stompers, brought to you by MarinLink.org. Mark Hurley's in left field with Matt Hibbert in center. And Derek Fox out in right. From right to left across the infield, Joel Carranza at first base. Yuki Yasuda at second. Eddie Mora-Loera at short. Caleb Bryson at third, and Mason Morioka. And we'll be doing the catching for the Stompers this evening. Daniel Gonzalez now, right-handed batter. And Gonzalez hitting .269. 3 doubles, 6 RBIs. First pitch from Jackson, and he takes a fastball. Strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Gonzalez starting to heat up, though. 10 for his last 27 entering play today. It's good for a .370 average over the last week.
Yeah, that's a hot hitter. He's seeing the ball well right now.
0-1. Jackson kicks, comes to the plate, and Gonzalez swings and lifts it foul, first base side. That'll slice out of play. And now it's 0-2.
Gonzalez a little tardy there on that. Could be a byproduct of the shadows that we see here. The pitcher's mound is completely in the sun, while the grass and dirt at home plate is completely engulfed in the shade.
And that glare coming over the first base side of the grandstand and hitting all the players on the left side of the field is going to be drastic for a couple of innings. 2-strike pitch, and Gonzalez swings and pops it foul, backing over the grandstand. It'll stay 0-2.
That pitch got a little too much of the zone in an 0-2 count. Jackson a little frustrated with himself.
Able to get away with it, though. Gonzalez, another one of these Pacifics players that's seen Jackson Jr. for a few years now. Into his windup, and the 0-2 pitch again, and Gonzalez swings and pops it foul, first base side, out of play again. A high fastball, and Gonzalez just able to get a piece, so it'll stay 0-2.
Jackson kind of representative of the Stompers rotation as a whole this season. They really haven't seen that good of starting pitching, with a starter not having an ERA under 4.17. They do have good bullpen numbers, though. That would definitely be the strength of their pitching staff.
Jackson kicks, deals, and Gonzalez takes the slider in the dirt. So it'll be 1-2 to him now. Staying with it, though, Jackson has been around this league ever since 2013. He played for the Hilo Stars that year and Gary Templeton II. And in 2014 came over to the Stompers. In 2014, he was still a bullpen man, as he was in 2013. 1-2, and Gonzalez swings a chopper up the middle. To his left is Mora Loera. That's through for a base hit. So Gonzalez with a seeing eye single gets the first Pacifics hit of the evening. And is aboard here with one away for Jake Taylor.
Gonzalez beat that ball down into the dirt right out in front of home plate, but it had some eyes to sneak through the infield up the middle for the first hit of the Pacifics.
Jackson in 2014 went 0-3 with a 4.85 ERA. He locked down 9 saves for Sonoma, but about halfway through the season was pulled out of the closer's role. And then last year they had an interesting idea for him to move into the starting rotation. Pretty good results as he comes set. First pitch to Taylor, and Jake takes a fastball, strike on the outside. There's 0-1. Went 6-4 with a 4.72 ERA. And the strikeout numbers have always been there for Jackson. 218 over his career and 248 1/3 innings pitched. Righty on righty. Taylor at 337 on the year. A check over to first, and Gonzalez is back head first. Jake also with 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. 22 RBIs, right among the league leaders. 2 behind Caleb Bryson, who's playing third for Sonoma tonight.
Matchup of 2 stud third basemen, both among the league leaders in many offensive categories.
0-1, Taylor swings and fists a line drive foul, first base side. And it's 0-2, a little late on it.
Yeah, so important for pitchers to attack the heart of the order. Pitching from ahead in the count just opens up so many more options, so many different pitches that you can feature, and you really don't have to come into them. As Jackson overthrows first base there on a broken pickoff play.
And Gonzalez will take second on the E1, and the Pacifics will take it. Runner into scoring position for their best RBI man.
That was a real awkward pick over to first base. It was almost as if his spike got caught in the dirt, and he just airmailed it over Carranza, who didn't have a shot. Pacifics will take it, though. Got to capitalize on mistakes such as these.
Now Taylor going to look to push them to the right side if he can. Jackson will look at Gonzalez at second. He kicks, he deals, and Taylor checks his swing at the slider, low and outside. So 1-2 strikes now.
That was a tough take from Taylor. An excellent pitch from Jackson where he started it right on the outside corner and had it breaking off into the left-handed batter's box. Taylor started to swing, but was able to identify that it would be a ball.
Look back at second, 1-2, and Taylor swings a chopper to the right side. This will move Gonzalez over. Yasuda to his left. Fields throws sidearm, nearly pulls Carranza off the bag down the line. And he's able to hold on, so Taylor retired 4-3, but Gonzalez now 90 feet away from scoring the tying run. 2 away for Chase Tucker.
Situation here for Tucker where he can make that throwing error really hurt from Jackson, not up the score. Tucker is tied for the team lead in hits with Jake Taylor with 33 on the season. It's good for a 367 average, right up there among the league leaders. He also leads the club with 6 doubles, gap-to-gap hitter from left center to right center.
First pitch to Tucker on the way, and he swings and misses over top of the breaking ball. 0-1.
Good tight little slider there. Tucker wasn't able to pick it up. He thought he was getting a fastball. Swung right over the top.
Righty on righty with Michael Hova waiting on deck. Gonzalez singled, moved to second on the error, to third on Taylor's ground out, 0-1, and Tucker swings a line drive right at Mora Loera. He sucks it in at thigh level, so the side is out on the line out. But the Pacifics get no runs, a hit, 1 error. They strand 1 through 1. Sonoma leading 1-0 on the Pacifics Radio Network. So Caleb Bryson will lead off the top of the second inning. 1-0 Sonoma is in the lead. He'll be followed by Fox and then Morioka. Right-handed batter is Bryson, very dangerous for Sonoma. In 323 with 7 homers and 24 RBIs. The homers tied for the league lead with Brent Gillespie, and the RBIs do lead the league. Barnett From the stretch, base is empty. First pitch on the way, and Bryson taking the fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
Barnett looking for a quick inning here. He struggled a little bit in the first, throwing 23 pitches. Typically, starters want to be right around that 15 pitches per inning mark.
0-1. Here he comes. Fastball, called a strike at the belt, and it's 0-2. Well, Barnett doing much as he did last week against Vallejo, coming in and firing strikes here in the second. In the first inning, he only threw a first pitch strike to one batter, which was something of an aberration for him. 0-2, breaking ball, misses down and away, 1-2.
That was the big curveball there from Barnett. Slow breaker. He missed away with it, though, and Bryson was able to spit on it.
If you're going to miss, good spot two. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball, checked his swing and left it high.
Good idea.
And 2-2 it'll stay.
Good pitch there, though, by Barnett, changing sight lines on Bryson. He was tempted. He checked his swing, but he was able to hold up.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Barnett set at the chest, kicks and deals, and Bryson takes just out. Came in with the fastball and did not miss by much, and the count has gone full to Caleb Bryson.
Bryson, despite the incredible offensive numbers, he is a strikeout candidate. He's done so 32 times on the season, which leads his own club by a whopping 12.
3-2 pitch on the way, and Bryson swings and a pop-up first base side. Gillespie barely has to move. Now a couple of steps back toward the grass, makes the two-handed grab, and one away here in the second inning, but not a quick out for Pat Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett's gone deep into the count to most of these Stompers hitters, which is something you're always trying to do from an offensive perspective. Make that pitcher work, make him labor, get him out of the game early and get to that bullpen.
Hey, read hand.
Derek Fox, switch hitter, batting left-handed, open stance with protective gear on the front leg. First pitch on the way from Barnett, and a fastball right there for a strike, 0-1. Fox coming in and hitting 289, 5 doubles, and 12 runs batted in. The guy who is a main threat with his speed, 0-1. And the breaker misses low and in. It's 1-1. Fox has stolen 8 bags in 10 tries. That's good for the team lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barnett kicks, he deals, and a fastball misses low and in. And it's 2-1 to Fox now.
Barnett might have gotten that pitch called a strike if he had hit his catcher's glove. As Gingras was set up away, Barnett missed over the inside corner.
2-1, and Fox swings and gets a piece. Foul left side, out of play. 2-2. Came in on the hands with the fastball that time. Fox only just able to fight it off. Barnett looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Would be his first of the evening. 2-2, kicks, here he comes. And the fastball misses inside, so the count full to the second consecutive hitter. And in fact, 4 out of the 6 Stompers players who have come to the plate have worked the count full against Barnett.
Come on.
Coming set, payoff pitch, and Fox swings and fouls it off of Gingras' face mask. Looked like he's all right, so it's 3-2 still. 1 away, top 2, 1-0 Sonoma in the lead.
Important for Barnett to continue pounding the zone here against Fox. Any player with speed, not someone you want to surrender a free pass to.
Righty on righty, lefty. Barnett is coming set at the chest, and the payoff pitch on the way. And Fox takes, strike 3 called on the inside corner, 2 away. Nice 2-seamer with some running action back to the plate. Fox couldn't handle it. 2 strikeouts for Barnett on the evening, 2 away for Morioka.
A little front door action on the sinker from Barnett. He actually missed his spot. Gingras was set up away, but it caught enough of the inside corner for Rinkelmeyer to ring up Derek Fox.
Well, Barnett is missing glove side a lot through the first inning and 2/3. We'll see what kind of adjustments he makes. First pitch to Morioka, and a fastball misses up and away. It's 1-0. Only concern is that a lot of the power comes from the right side in the Sonoma lineup, and if you miss arm side on an inside corner target, you might catch a lot of the plate and get some extension. 1-0. Fastball, strike on the outside, 1-1.
That was a good pitch, located down in the zone.
Morioka at 304, couple of homers, 12 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball drops in and just misses high. Nice pitch from Barnett, 2-1.
I'm not sure that one did miss. Barnett continuing to labor, though, going deep into the count, the first two hitters.
2-1, swing and a miss, blew the fastball right by him, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Morioka was very tardy on that swing. Pitchers like to get a little egotistical after they see a player so late on a fastball. They think they can blow one by him again.
See what he goes to with a 2-2 count. Another fastball, strike 3 called on the outside of the knees, inning over. A couple of strikeouts, 1-2-3 inning for Barnett. We go bottom 2. 1-0 Sonoma leads here on the Pacific's Radio Network. The bottom half of the second inning, Hova, Gillespie, and Giacchis will lead off against Mike Jackson Jr. 1-0 Sonoma is in the lead, courtesy of the solo home run by Yuki Yasuda. The top of the first inning, and we'll see what kind of adjustments the Pacifics make against Mike Jackson here in the second. Again, this is a guy the Pacifics have seen for the better part of 3 seasons now. Jackson, before he came to the Pacific Association, had a year in the Frontier League back in 2010. He struggled there, 2 appearances, both of them starts, and averaged a run per inning, so he did not last long there. 2011 and 2012 found himself in the Pecos League and struggled there as well. It was 2013 when he had his best season. In 22 appearances, a 1-3 record, 1 save, but a 2.4 ERA. As the first pitch to Hova, and a fastball misses low and away, 1-0. He struck out 44 men in 33 2/3 innings that year. So very dominant for a team that did not have many save opportunities. Jackson Jr. into his windup, 1-0 pitch. And Hova swings and drives one out into center field. Well struck, back on it Hibbert, still back at the warning track. He makes the grab. And there's one away here in the second. So Hova gives it a ride, but comes up empty. And now Brent Gillespie. And the significance of Jackson's turnaround after struggling in the Pecos League. Now that is a notoriously hitter-friendly league. In his final season there, 3-2 his record with a 6.61 ERA. But ever since 2013, he hasn't been the same pitcher. He was dominant for the first half of 2014 as he kicks and he deals to Gillespie. And a fastball misses low and in, 1-0. But it was actually to Michael Hova that he gave up a go-ahead single in the 9th inning in Sonoma. And he never did quite figure it out after that. 1-0. And Gillespie takes a breaking ball low and in, 2-0.
Good hitters count for Gillespie here. He's going to sit on a pitch, 1 spot. Hopefully Jackson makes a mistake there and he can drill it.
2 balls, no strike. Jackson reaches to the sky, now he's ready. And the 2-0 pitch. And Gillespie, a big swing and a foul right off of Morioka. In a place that's not going to feel too good later, 2-1.
Gillespie got the pitch he was looking for there, took a big hack at it, just missed it.
I think if you ask him later, that's a pitch that he'd very much like back.
Yeah, Gary Rinkelmeyer looking out here for Morioka as he took a rough foul ball off the inner thigh.
Gillespie having a good season, 313 his average, 7 homers, tied for the league lead, 18 runs batted in. Will strike out though, 24 punch-outs and 80 at-bats. 2-1, and here comes Jackson Jr., and Gillespie swings and misses at the high cheese. And it's 2-2. Got the 7th home run in the 8th inning of Sunday's game, a big one. Gave the Pacific some padding. They wouldn't eventually need it, but still the confidence never hurts. And it was interesting because off the bat, he didn't even think he got it. In fact, with that swing, he was just hoping he wasn't going to strike out because it was a low pitch as Jackson Jr. deals, and Gillespie swings and misses, strike 3. Does strike out here. First strikeout for Jackson, and there are 2 away for Giacchis.
Good pitch by Jackson, a nice tight little slider that bore in on the hands of Gillespie, who just swung right over the top of that. For right-handed pitchers, they often talk about a back foot slider to lefties that causes the hitter to swing right over the top of it. That one didn't break so much to the back foot as it did about thigh high, but it was still good enough to get the K.
So Giacchis been doing well for the Pacifics over the last week. Takes the first pitch heater high and tight, and it's 1-0. John now at 348 on the season, a double and 4 runs batted in. 6 for his last 14. Continues to hit as he gets more playing time. 1-0 pitch on the way. High and tight with the fastball. Look out, he ducks out of the way of it. 2-0.
Yeah, the rookie making a good first impression here after the first week and a half with the squad. Finds himself in an excellent hitter's count, looking for a pitch he can drive.
2 balls, no strikes. Wind blowing out to left center. 1-0 Sonoma leads. Here comes Jackson. And Jackas swings and pops it up. Not deep, left side of the infield. Mora Loera on the fringe of the grass, halfway between second and third. Makes the catch. The Pacifics retired in order here in the second inning. 6 men down, 6 men up, 6 men down in the second. We go top 3, 1-0 Sonoma leads on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is center fielder Zach Pace. You are listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
So Hurley, Mora, Loera, and Hibbert will lead off the top half of the third inning. 1-0 Sonoma is in the lead. Vinny Longo with Danny Nielsen. Happy to have you with us. Game 1 of the 3-game set between the Stompers and the Pacifics. Both teams entering play today. In first place in the Pacific Association as the first pitch fastball misses high and away to Hurley. And it's 1-0. Hurley at 258 to start the sophomore campaign, a homer and 9 RBIs. There's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball right there, and Hurley taking all the way. It's 1-1. Sonoma, a team that is going to take pitches in every at-bat. 1-1. And Hurley swings and drives one into left center field. Back into his left is Bakakis. Way back. That one is gone. Mark Hurley with his second home run of the season and the second of the night off of Pat Barnett. And it's a 2-0 Stompers lead here in the top of the third.
Yeah, Barnett's made some uncharacteristic mistakes up in the zone. And normally to a couple of hitters who can't hurt you deep in Yasuda and Hurley, neither guy has much power, but they've been able to ride the jet stream out to left field, park a couple balls over the wall.
And that one did not leave by much, scraped the back of the wall. But just did get over. First pitch to Mora Loera, and the breaking ball misses low. It's 1-0.
You mentioned how many pitches the Stompers take as a club. That reflects in Barnett's pitch count, which continues to climb here in the third inning.
1-0 fastball just misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. That's interesting because Arnold Field, where the Stompers play their home games, might be the most hitter-friendly park in this league. Insofar as the dimensions, as a fastball misses high and tight, 3-0 to Mora Loera now. About 300 down the left field line and 309 to right. That is a good 430 to center, but the pull hitters to either side can do well. 3-0, and a fastball misses low, so Pat Barnett issues his first walk as a Pacific following the solo home run from Hurley. 1 on with nobody out here in the top of the third.
That one hurts a little bit too to the 9-man as the Stompers get ready to turn the lineup back over for the second time through the order as Matt Hibbert steps to the plate.
He's finishing the thought though, because it's here that the Stompers are hitting the homers off of San Rafael, which is interesting.
To a pretty big part of the yard too in left center. That's no cheap one.
Hibbert struck out looking to begin the game, 0 for 1. Barnett from the stretch, first pitch, Hibbert squares and takes. Throw behind the runner at first, and Mora Loera is back standing. So it'll be 1-0 to Hibbert.
Good play by Gingras there. Snap throw down to first base. Make sure Mora Loera isn't getting too far off, too greedy with his secondary lead.
Mora Loera, a couple of steals and 3 tries. Held on by Gillespie, middle infielders, double play depth. A check over from Barnett this time, and Mora Loera is back head first.
Just a sliver of sunlight for the hitters to deal with now, as the pitcher is now almost entirely in the shadows to join the hitters.
Ball, no strikes. Barnett, a long set. Runner, a delayed steal, and a swing and a line drive foul first base side. It was 1-1, unless I'm mistaken. That looked like a hit and run.
Yeah, that looked to be the case. You thought initially delay steal because of the late jump that Mora Loera got, but that's typically what happens with a hit and run. The base runner wants to make sure that they don't get picked off, so they take a little bit of a delay, make sure that that pitcher delivers home, and then it's up to the hitter to protect the runner. They have to make some type of contact, even if they foul it off, so to make sure that the base runner doesn't get thrown out.
Takahashi Miyoshi started with the strategy early as a spin and a check over from Barnett, and Mora Loera back head first. A lot of veterans of this Stompers team added back for 2016. Hibbert left the Stompers for the American Association at the tail end of 2015 and is now back for this season. As Barnett coming set. A couple of looks over and he'll check, and back easily Mora Loera. Eddie Mora Loera was there for the tail end of 2015. Yuki Asuda, veteran of last season. Carranza, Baptista. Fox was there at one point. Morioka of the Admirals a couple of years ago. Mark Hurley of the Stompers last season. You look at the teams that continue to be atop this league, and you notice a trend. 1-1, and a fastball misses high to Hurley, or to Hibbert. It's 2-1. And that is that a lot of the top teams continue to bring back talent. And Sonoma has proven not only to be competitive every year, but is also an exceptional place to play. 2-1. Barnett from the stretch. Mora Loera, moderate lead, and a fastball just misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Matt Hibbert now. If you're Barnett, this is a situation where you have to bear down. Can't do back-to-back walks.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit here, falling behind in the zone to the last, behind in the count, excuse me, to the last couple hitters. He's got to make a quality pitch here. Can't just pipe one.
3-1. Barnett to the plate, and Hibbert takes high ball forward. So the solo home run to lead off the inning. Back-to-back walks following that. And now 2-1, nobody out for Yuki Asuda, who's already homered once today. And now Reiki Gingras going to head out to the mound.
Yeah, good decision by Gingras. Go talk it over with Barnett here. Struggling a little bit, give his pitcher a breather. Just tell him to settle down, get a ground ball, get yourself closer to getting out of this inning.
Yasuda pretty well. Not an easy man to double up. In fact, has not hit into a double play yet this season. Hit that solo home run in the first inning to give the Stompers their initial 1-0 lead. They're now up 2-0 and are threatening for more here with nobody out in the third. First pitch to Yasuda, and a fastball just misses outside. 1-0.
Yasuda with an interesting batting stance. He has a lot of quick twitch movement in his head, in his hands. Makes for a very explosive swing when he finally decides to attack the baseball.
1-0. Barnett to the plate. Fastball misses up and in. 2-0. Barnett having trouble with the strike zone right now.
Yeah, and the Stompers. You mentioned how veteran-laden this lineup is. They're not going to help him out. They're a patient bunch. They're going to make him come to them.
Good hitters count for Yasuda now. Gonzalez behind the runner at second. Yasuda squares and takes the fastball for a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, Yasuda had no intention of bunting there. He was just trying to get in the head of Barnett, wiggle the bat around in the strike zone, try to distract him.
Mora Loera at second and Hibbert at first, both of them with good speed. 2-1, here's the pitch. Fastball right there for a strike, 2-2.
Barnett's done a good job of climbing back into this count, drawing it to 2-2, where maybe he can make a devastating breaking ball pitch. Put Yasuda away.
Strikeout situation, breaking ball, swung on, and Yasuda just gets a piece. And able to stay alive, it'll stay 2-2.
That's one where if you're Gingras, you wish you could have it back. Ball was in his glove, just squeaked out. Almost had the K.
Barnett already has 3 strikeouts tonight. The 2 home runs have given the Stompers their lead. And now he's trying to limit the damage here in the third. One already across. Set at the chest, a look back at Mora Loera, who's inching off the bag. And Yasuda going to be granted time.
Barnett does a good job of varying his hold times, which means that once he comes set, he will either quick pitch to home plate or he will hold and pause for a couple seconds before delivering to home plate. And that really disrupts the rhythm of the base runners, makes it difficult to steal.
2-2, and Barnett going to step off and look more at Loera back to the bag. One other game in the Pacific Association to keep track of on the Weaver's Coffee and Tea out-of-town scoreboard. 3-0. Pittsburgh is in the lead over Vallejo, and they're in the last of the third at Winter Chevrolet Park in Pittsburgh. 2-2 pitch. Runner's not going. Breaking ball. Swung on and lined out into right. Coming in is Hova. He dives and he can't get it. It squirts past him. A base hit. Mora Loera's coming in to score. Hibbert's going to be held up at third as Pace's throw comes in. An RBI double from Yuki Yasuda. And now 3-0 Sonoma leads, and they have runners on second and third with nobody out.
That was just a tremendous piece of hitting by Yasuda. He was fooled on an off-speed pitch. Swung with no lower body. His lower half was completely out of that swing, but he kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and was able to flip one out into right field that Hova wasn't able to come up with.
And now Nick DeBar is going to head out to the mound and see what he can do with his starter. Now remember, the Pacifics have 7 games this week, so if you're San Rafael, you really do not want to get into the bullpen any earlier than you have to. You're hoping for at least 5 innings, if not more, out of your starting pitcher in a game like this, especially because of the doubleheader on Sunday.
Yeah, this is not optimal if you're the Pacifics, as Barnett's pitch count continues to climb. He needs to really focus on trying to retire these stomper hitters quicker. And the best way to do that is to attack the zone early, which he has struggled with a bit this inning.
59 pitches for Pat, and he's pitched 2 innings plus. Has faced 4 men here in the third inning, and has yet to retire a batter. And now he's just getting to the most dangerous part of the order. Joel Carranza, who flew out to right in his last trip. 0 for 1.
Dangerous time here, though. Carranza with power, with 5 home runs on the season. He's good at lofting the ball in the air. Fly ball candidate. Could easily establish a sacrifice fly here for the Stompers.
First pitch from Barnett. Carranza takes the fastball up and away, and it's 1-0. Hibbert at third, Yasuda at second, both with good speed. And now Barnett wants a new sign. 2 across in the inning for Sonoma. Couple of hits, solo homer, RBI double, and 2 walks. Barnett trying to work through it though. 1-0. Finally has what he wants from the chest. Here he comes. Fastball outside black at the knees, and it's 1-1. Nice pitch from Barnett.
Yeah, popped the glove there. There was a little anger behind that fastball.
Does have first base open. You don't have to come into Carranza. And you have a man on deck in Baptista, who's starting to come alive. 1-1, a swing and a one-hopper to short. Gonzalez can't handle it. Carranza's going to be safe. Gonzalez had it to his right, put it into the glove, and he just dropped it. That's going to be an E6. The run comes in, and it's going to be 4-0 Sonoma in the top of the third.
Tough play for Gonzalez there. Really more frustrating than anything when after he made the play, he just dropped the baseball on the transition trying to throw to first base. It's going to be his 7th error of the season.
Which is so atypical of Daniel, who throughout his career has been one of the better fielders on the field at any given time. Left-handed batting Baptista now. First pitch from Barnett, and a fastball misses low and in. 1-0.
Yeah, you mentioned how atypical that is of Gonzalez. He was the Pacific Association Defensive Player of the Year last year. So not a common mistake you see him make.
Ball and no strikes. Barnett to the dish, and Baptista swings and fouls it back. And it'll be 1-1 now. Baptista flew out to left, a high fly out, in order to end the first inning. There's one that continued to carry all the way to the wall.
Yeah, that demonstrated the drift. That's the drift or the jet stream that's blown out to left and left center today. It seemed like a routine fly ball that brought Bakakis all the way back out to the warning track.
First and second, nobody out. Barnett is going to spin and looking back to the bag. That's Yasuda at second. Nobody was there to cover. Yasuda, in fact, was leaning.
Yeah, he was dancing there.
1-1. Barnett from the chest. Kicks, he deals, and Baptista swings and chops it foul. First base side, out in front of the changeup, it's 1-2.
Yasuda very animated out at second base, chopping his feet and making a lot of demonstrative motions out there, trying to distract Barnett.
Long inning for Pat Barnett. Pitch count up to 65, and he's not even out of the third yet. Didn't have an out in the third yet. 1-2. Kicks, delivers, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Right over the top of it from Daniel Baptista, punch out number 4 on the evening. And there's one away for Caleb Bryson.
Great pitch by Barnett there. He completely broke Baptista's swing down there. Baptista frustrated with himself, talking to himself as he walks back to the dugout.
And now, you're just a ground ball away from getting out of it. A home run, couple of walks, a double, and an error here in the third inning. Bryson popped out to first in the second inning, his only other at-bat. Yasuda at second, Carranza at first. First pitch on the way, breaking ball, swing and a miss out in front of it. It was hung, but Bryson sitting on the fastball, 0-1.
Double play candidate here. Barnett's able to induce a ground ball. Bryson doesn't run exceptionally well.
No balls, 1 strike. Bryson, right-handed batter, open stance. Hands out in front of the shoulder. And the 0-1 pitch, and Bryson takes the breaking ball in the dirt and blocked by Gingras. 1-1.
Barnett tried to follow that first breaking ball up with another one, but he bounced it a little bit out in front of home plate.
Barnett trying to limit the damage. 1-1. Derek Fox on deck. Barnett to the plate. Fastball misses high. And 2 balls and 1 strike. Barnett's command has not been as sharp tonight as we saw it in Vallejo early last week.
Barnett's got to be careful with Yasuda here at second base. He's not really stopping his feet. Could mean that the crafty guy at second is going to steal third.
2-1, swing and a miss. Guessed wrong on the fastball and a half-hearted hack at it. And now the count even up at 2. Only 1 at-bat, fewer than 3 pitches in this inning. Sonoma continues to work long plate appearances against them. Yasuda dancing from second, and Barnett will spin and look him back. And it'll stay 2-2. Yasuda's solo homer in the first. Hurley's solo homer to begin this third inning. Yasuda's RBI double, and the error from Gonzalez. Each brought home 1 run. 2-2, swung on and lined out at short. Gonzalez will field it on 1 hop to second, 1 to first, 2, and the inning is over. Gonzalez with a backhanded basket flip, Tucker with a quick transition, and Barnett able to get out of the inning with minimal damage. So 3 runs, a couple of hits, 1 error, and they leave 1 man on base. Middle of the third, it's 4-0 Sonoma. You're listening to the Center Field Pacifics right here on PacificsBaseball.com.
This is third baseman Jake Taylor, and you're listening to Sammerfeld Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Well, in the bottom of the third, 4-0 Sonoma going to lead, and Ricky Gingras will lead off, followed by Bakakis and Pace. And the Pacifics have not yet figured out Mike Jackson Jr. Only hit tonight was the seeing eye single from Gonzalez in the first inning. We're not able to capitalize on an error. And now they find themselves in quite the hole. It's a confident offense. They've been able to put up good run support lately. And the question is, can they put up enough tonight? Gingras from the left side at 316. Takes a first pitch fastball on the outside for a strike, 0-1. A couple of homers for Ricky, 7 RBIs. As 1 double and 1 triple. Jackson Jr. into the windup, and the 1-strike pitch on the way. And Gingras swings a grounder up the middle. Jackson knocks it down with the bare hand. Will pick up with the bare hand and throw to first in plenty of time. And there is 1 away here in the third inning.
Pitching coach's worst nightmare there, seeing your pitcher reach out with his bare hand, trying to field a ball. It's such an easy way to break a finger, sprain a digit, but Jackson seems to be all right. It's tough for pitchers too, because that's your natural reaction when you see a ball and you can't get your glove over there. You stick your throwing hand out trying to stop it.
Bukakis at 304, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Right-handed batter. Jackson Jr. into the windup. First pitch, fastball on the outside for a strike. It's 0-1.
Jackson Jr. doing a good job of filling up the zone. Anytime you're staked to an early lead, you got to make sure to fill it up. Last thing you want to do is issue some free passes.
0-1. Here comes Jackson, and Bukakis checks his swing, leaves the fastball up. And a 1-1 count.
Seems like he's throwing a little bit harder too now here.
Bukakis, a good fastball hitter. Into the windup, Jackson. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, checked at. Did he go? And no swing, says Danny Speck, the base umpire. And it'll be 2-1. I guess they didn't ask for the appeal. Gary Rinkelmeyer pointed. I guess the signal is strike, so it'll be 1-2. Bryson guarding the line at third as the 1-2 pitch. Bukakis checks his swing, leaves the slider. And that one he did not swing at. 2-2 now.
Same pitch there from Jackson. Threw it the first time, got a good result, figured he'd go back to the well.
Well, Johnny was expecting a lot of sliders coming in from Jackson Jr. today. Guy who's seen experience against Bukakis as the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside. And Bukakis not happy with the call. 2 away. Second strikeout for Jackson Jr. and now Zach Pace.
Good pitch by Jackson Jr. That tailing fastball, started it a little bit off the outside corner, let the movement work back in. Called strike 3.
Now Pace is 0 for 1. He flew out to left in his first trip. We'll see what the Pacifics do with Jackson Jr. the second time through the order. And it's been historical here at Albert Park for the Pacifics to not get going offensively, usually till the maybe 3rd through the 5th innings as Pace takes a fastball low. It's 1-0. Mostly because of the sunlight that is now starting to fade. Couple of fingers between the pitcher's mound and second base. And extending all the way out to the wall, but that's it. 1-0. Jackson Jr. kicks. Here he comes, and Pace takes a fastball right there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Pace making a visible effort, trying to work the count here. Jackson Jr. has only thrown 6 pitches coming into this at-bat this inning. Trying to try to work him.
Trying to get Pat Barnett some rest. 1-1 pitch. And Pace swings and misses over top of the breaker. Came in with the splitty that time. It's 1-2.
First time we've seen the split finger fastball from Mike Jackson Jr. Good pitch.
4-0 Sonoma leads. 2 away here in the last of the 3rd. Into the windup, first base side of the rubber, and the pitch, and Pace swings and lifts one out into left center field. Over to his right is Hibbert. On the move, in the gap, makes the one-handed grab, and the side retired here in the 3rd inning. So the Pacifics retired 1-2-3 for the 2nd straight frame, and Jackson Jr. has set down 8 straight. We go to the top of the 4th, 4-0 Sonoma on top. You're listening to the Centerfeld Pacifics right here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is second baseman Chase Tucker, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Fox, Morioka, and Hurley to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Pat Barnett will stay in, with Sonoma carrying a 4-0 lead. Fox struck out looking in his first trip, 0 for 1. First pitch from Barnett, and a fastball swung on, fouled back, 0-1.
Fox wasting no time there trying to get after the pitches. Was unhappy with that strike 3 call in his first at-bat. Wants to leave it out of the hands of the umpire this time.
Switch hitter will bat left-handed as the 1-strike pitch. And he swings a soft fly ball left field. That's going to drop in for a loop single. Well, Fox got one in off the hands and just found the right piece of territory in shallow left. Taylor was played in. Gonzalez over toward the middle. Bukakis have a long way to go if he was going to make that play. So a leadoff single. 4th hit surrendered by Pat Barnett.
Just how the day seems to be going for Barnett. He made the pitch he wanted to, got in on the hands of Fox, jammed him, but Fox was strong enough to muscle it up over third baseman Jake Taylor's head.
Morioka, also a strikeout victim in his first trip, also looking. Barnett from the stretch, first pitch to Morioka, checks his swing and leaves the fastball just high. It's 1-0.
Barnett desperately needs a fast inning here. He's thrown 71 pitches through 3, including a 30-pitch third, and then didn't see too much rest as his offense went down rather quickly in the bottom half of the third.
I think what you're seeing here tonight is a pitcher who's battling through, not having his best stuff, as Fox is leaning at first, a long set from Barnett. Here's the pitch. Fastball checked at and left outside, 2-0. You're seeing that mixed with a guy who has everything working, and Mike Jackson Jr. Control is there, the stuff is as good as we've ever seen it, and he's filling the zone with strikes and hasn't really seen loud contact off of him yet. So it should be interesting to see how this game does develop with these two starters juxtaposed. 2-0, and Fox will return to the bag safely standing up.
You mentioned Barnett not having his best stuff tonight, but all you can do as a pitcher when that occurs is just try to battle through it, which is what he's been doing. He's been able to strike a few guys out.
Runner goes, the pitch is swung on and grounded to first, past the diving Gillespie, into right field, the base hit. Fox turns the corner and is going to scoot into third, standing. So whether it was a hit and run or not, or a straight steal, Morioka put it to the right part of the field, right under the dive of Gillespie. Runners on the corners with nobody out, and Barnett's in trouble once again.
If that was a hit and run, it was flawlessly executed by Morioka. Hit behind the runner, went to the opposite field, hit it hard on the ground. I mean, he was really only a step or two away from Gillespie, but it was just hit so hard that it snuck under his glove.
Hurley, the solo homer in the third inning. Worked the count 1-1 before going deep and left the yard to left center. As runners on the corners now. First pitch breaking ball to him, misses up, and it's 1-0.
Stompers in business here with runners at first and third, nobody out. This could be a big inning for them. Barnett's really got to lock it down.
Ball and no strikes. Barnett. A long set. Runner fakes, and the pitch is taken for a strike on the outside. And it's 1-1. Gingras fake going to third with the throw. And ended up holding it. Hurley's a dangerous hitter. Has some power. And last year, the Rookie of the Year winner, because of his ability to put the ball in play. 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-1.
Hurley a good back control guy, but he is a person who can strike out, doing so 20 times on the season thus far.
Righty on righty, and Barnett will step off. Pat Barnett not having his best stuff through the first couple of innings tonight. He has been battling, but he's been having a rough time of it. 2-1, kicks, deals, and Hurley chases the high fastball. Spun his head all the way around and kicking himself now 2-2.
Yeah, that's frustrating for a hitter. RBI situation, just a little over aggressive. You think that high fastball you can get on top of, but it bears past him.
Now a situation where Barnett has 2 strikes and get the strikeout, and it's a strikeout situation. 2-2 pitch. Reached for and popped foul over the grandstand on the fastball. 2-2. Anytime you have a runner on third, less than 2 outs, a strikeout is optimal. And if you could strike out Hurley here, it would set up a double play with a contact hitter, Eddie Mora-Loera, on deck. 2-2. Barnett to the plate. Breaking ball swung on in line, but foul, third base side. Started off down the line and hooked out of play, so 2-2 it'll stay.
Hurley doing a good job of hitting with 2 strikes here. Hasn't initiated his lower half too much in these last couple swings, but he's keeping his hands back, just trying to foul off some tough pitches until he gets a mistake from Barnett.
2-2, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball checked at, left in the dirt, blocked by Gingras. The appeal, yes he did, said Danny Speck. Strike 3. And I think Barnett just caught a big break. There's going to be 1 away.
Yeah, I don't know if he went around on that. Speck probably has one of the worst perspectives in the house on that, being positioned out behind the pitcher's mound. Really tough read to see if a hitter went around or not.
That's a critical strikeout for Barnett, though. When you're having a night like he is, you will take it. Because now he can get out of the inning unscathed if he can draw a double play ball from Mora-Loera, who walked on 4 pitches in his last trip, 0 for 0. Right-handed batter. Is quick, though, so a double play would be tough. Barnett from the stretch. First pitch fastball just misses low, and it's 1-0. 4-0 Sonoma leads, 1 away, top of the 4th. Runners on the corners. Fox at third, Morioka at first. Fox runs the better of the two. Barnett set, he'll step off and look the runners back. Barnett from the stretch, kicks, deals, and a fastball right there. And the count is 1-1 now.
Barnett just poured that one in there. Mara Luera probably wishes he had taken a swing at that one, being a belt high fastball down the middle.
Barnett's 1-1 and a swing and a foul straight back. Mora Luera right on it.
Yeah, good balance through that swing. He wasn't fooled at all. But now with 2 strikes here, he's going to have to battle. And if you're Barnett, you can pitch for the ground ball, but you can also pitch for the strikeout here. That never hurt anyone.
The only thing it will hurt is his pitch count, as he's up at 86 now, and he hasn't gotten out of the 4th inning. 1-2. Barnett. Couple of looks at first. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and popped foul first base side and out of play. And it's 1-2. Looks like Takahashi Miyoshi is looking to take that double play out of order in any way that he can. Stay 1-2 to Mora Loera. Eddie will strike out, 18 punch outs and 70 at-bats. There's Barnett. A high set, runner not going. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. And it'll stay 1-2. You look at this start in contrast to Barnett's last one. And again, this was against Vallejo, a team that will strike out a lot more. But Pat did not go deep into counts to most of those batters. He struck him out, usually on 3 or 4 pitches, a couple of 6-pitch at-bats. But here tonight, he has not had that out pitch. Runner goes, 1-2 pitch taken low. Throw to second, he slides, and he is out. Ricky Gingras cuts down Morioka trying to take second. And that's a critical out as well. Now 2 outs, the infield can play back. And a 2-2 count to Eddie Mora Loera.
Huge play by the Pacifics right there, and Gingras picking his pitcher up as Barnett's now just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed.
Morioka, as a catcher, not the fleetest of foot, looked like a hit run. 2-2, a swing and a chopper foul, third base side. And it'll stay 2-2. If it was a hit and run, then Mora Loera left his runner out to dry. And if it wasn't, not always the best idea to send your catcher.
Yeah, not too common to call a hit and run with 2 strikes, but some people will do it if the pitcher's been around the zone.
2-2, 2 outs. Fox away from third. Here comes Barnett. Breaking ball misses low, and now the count is full up to Eddie Mora Loera.
8 pitches thus far in this at-bat. Mora Loera doing an excellent job of working the count and continuing to up that pitch count for Barnett.
Top of the order, waits on deck, represented by Matt Hibbert. Barnett from the belt. Payoff pitch. And the fastball misses low. So for the second at time tonight, Barnett walks Eddie Mora Loera. Runners back to the corners with 2 outs for Hibbert.
That's a tough one for Barnett. Anytime you have an at-bat last that long, 8, 9, 10 pitches, so crucial to get him out. Otherwise, you feel like, why did I battle for so long if I'm just going to end up walking him as the end result?
Gingras going to call a defense with 2 outs, 4-0 Sonoma in the lead. Hibbert is 0 for 1, a strikeout looking, and a walk scored on the error by Daniel Gonzalez at third.
Hibbert seeing his 3rd at-bat already in just the 4th inning.
First pitch to him, and he swings a line drive through the hole into left field, a base hit. Fox going to come in to score. And over to second. It was Mora Loera. RBI single for Matt Hibbert. 5-0 Sonoma leads.
And that one hurts if you're Barnett. Just a batter ago, you were a pitch away from getting out of the jam while allowing nothing. And just like that, Hibbert scores a run. 2-out RBIs can really break the back of a pitcher sometimes.
And the pitch count continues to elevate. 91 as his first pitch to Yasuda. A breaking ball misses outside. It's 1-0.
Yasuda with 2 quality at-bats thus far against Barnett here as well. Got to be really careful if you're Pat.
A solo home run, RBI double. As Barnett set, 1-0. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Now Barnett trying to pitch carefully and get out of this inning at the same time. Barnett will look back at second. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and chopped over to third. Taylor going to field in fair territory, tag his own bag. And the side retired here in the 4th inning. But the Stompers add on with a run on 3 hits, and they leave 2. To the bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Sonoma in the lead. You're listening to the Pacifics on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is pitcher Patrick Conroy, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
On the bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Sonoma in the lead. Gonzalez, Taylor, and Tucker going to lead off, second time through the order against Mike Jackson Jr. Kind of atypical what we're seeing tonight, at least compared to what the Pacifics have put up over the last week of play or so. Because the starting pitching on the whole for the last week has been superb. Jackson Jr. into his windup, first pitch on the way, and Gonzalez takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Tonight, Barnett has struggled and is still trying to work his way through it. But you find yourselves, either, if you're the Pacifics, in an unfamiliar position. Because starting pitching, as the 1-strike pitch on the way from Jackson, Gonzalez swings and fouls it back, and it's 0-2. Puts you in a good position in a number of ways. Defensively, at least according to Gonzalez, it gives you the ability to stay on your feet, stay active, and get you in a good rhythm as well. When they're filling the zone with strikes and not getting balls hit hard, you're going to be able to field it. 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Gonzalez down swinging, 1 away here in the 4th inning.
Jackson Jr. makes quick work of Gonzalez there, retiring him on just 3 pitches. Now it kind of reflects how the day has gone this far for Jackson Jr., who's been incredibly efficient. He's now thrown just 41 pitches through 3 1/3. You contrast that to the 96 that Barnett's thrown through 4 innings. Jackson Jr.'s looked dominant thus far, retiring 9 in a row.
And you look at what Jackson's doing for Sonoma. When your pitcher is on like that, it keeps you mentally in the game. First pitch to Taylor, and he takes a fastball high and tight. It's 1-0. Now, it's interesting because Daniel was telling me that offensively, having the pitching staff pitching so well gives them confidence. And that when the Pacifics were able to get up early, they felt like they could stay up for the rest of the game. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Taylor leaves the bat on his shoulder, takes the slider, strike on the outside. It's 1-1. And now Gonzalez did say that the offense has gotten going a little. They've been scoring good 3-4 runs a game, but he feels like when this offense really puts it together, then you pair that with a strong starting pitching staff, and you're going to have a tough team to beat. 1-1, and Taylor swings a sharp line drive up the middle. That's a base hit. Taylor with some of the loudest contact we've seen today, and the Pacifics have their first hit since the 1st inning. And that'll bring up Chase Tucker.
Important hit by Jake Taylor right there. Anytime a pitcher is in a rhythm, as Jackson Jr. was, working quickly, throwing a lot of strikes, attacking the zone, it's so important for the offense to break that rhythm and get him in the stretch. As a lot of pitchers, sometimes that breaks their level of concentration, their focus, and can allow for a big inning.
A lot of outs for the Pacifics to work with here. There's 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Be a good time to get something started, though. Tucker takes a first pitch fastball in the dirt. Morioka has no idea where it is, even though it's right at his feet. Taylor will hold. It's 1-0.
Taylor not going to be overly aggressive on the bases here, trailing by 5 runs. He's aware that his run doesn't mean too much thus far.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 5-0 Sonoma. Middle infielders at double play depth, and Chase has grounded into 3 this year. Jackson Jr., a high set, kicks, deals, and Tucker swings a chopper, third base side and foul. And it's 1-1.
I mentioned how once a pitcher goes to the stretch, though, it can break their rhythm. And that seems to be the case thus far. Jackson Jr. bouncing the first pitch and then leaving the second one up in the zone to Tucker, making it very hittable. He seems a bit vulnerable now that he's pitching out of the stretch. It's up to the Pacifics to jump on him now and take advantage.
Taylor aboard at first, righty on righty. Jackson Jr. from the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch, and Tucker swings and pops it up, foul ground, and Carranza's going to watch it go out of play. Now it's 1-2.
Another ball up in the zone, very hittable from Jackson Jr. Tucker's going to make an adjustment, try to stay on top of it as he just got under that last pitch, fouling it up and out of play.
Ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Jr. will jump and throw over. And Taylor is back head first.
Carranza gives Jackson Jr. a little smile as if to say, just one of these pickoffs, throw one to my chest. Jackson Jr. hasn't had the best pickoff attempts thus far tonight.
That was pretty close to a bonk, I think. He was trying the move where you come set and throw once the ball hits the glove, but that was a pretty close one. 1-2, and Tucker swings a sharp grounder through the 6th hole into left field, a base hit. Taylor to second will hold there, station to station. Now Michael Hova with a couple of men aboard.
And another ball up in the zone, a 2-strike mistake from Jackson Jr., leaving a fastball about belt high to Tucker, who is all over it, grounding that ball through the 5.5 hole on the left side of the infield.
So now Hova, who flew out to deep center in his first trip, is 0-for-1. Twilight time at Albert Park, and a beautiful one. A nice mix of pink, purple, and yellow over the left center field wall, extending out across the horizon and out to the fog bank over San Francisco. Clear skies here in Marin, and no more sunlight for the Pacific's hitters to deal with. Lights in full effect now. Jackson Jr. from the stretch. First pitch to Hova. Swings and misses, wildly waving at the first pitch splitter, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Hova over aggressive there. Couple men on base. He was trying to pounce on that first pitch. Jackson Jr. threw about a 54-foot splitter, but Hova offered anyways.
It's 0-1. Still just 1 out for San Rafael. And Jackson Jr. in the stretch for the first time since the first inning. A look back at second, 1-strike pitch, and Hova swings a chopper up the middle, could be a pair. Yasuda in on it, underhands the second one, and he can't handle the ball. Mora Loera just flat out drops it on the E6. Base is going to be loaded for San Rafael. 1 out for Brent Gillespie.
Huge break for the Pacifics right there. That was a tailor-made double play. Hova doesn't run exceptionally well, but Mora Loera just dropped it. It looks like he got a little out ahead of himself, was thinking about the throw before he caught the baseball.
So now a good chance for San Rafael. Brent Gillespie, who's been pretty clutch for the Pacifics this year, 0-for-1 with a strikeout swinging.
Gillespie with a chance to bring the Pacifics right back into this game. Huge situation with 1 out and the bases loaded.
That's interesting because that 5th run that made the Stompers slam-proof so important. First pitch to Gillespie, he swings a towering pop-up right side of the infield. Coming over is Yasuda, dancing behind the bag at first, makes the 2-handed grab. So Gillespie looked like he was swinging to tie the game, but with the bases loaded, unable to come through on a pop-out to second. 2 away for Giacchis.
Mentioned how back-breaking 2-out RBIs can be for a pitcher. We'll see if Giacchis can come through in the clutch for the Pacifics when they really need him.
Giacchis popped out to short in his first trip, but has been red hot. Right-handed batter. Taylor at third, Tucker at second, Hova at first. 2 singles and an error in the inning. First pitch to Giacchis, and he swings and misses over top of the splitter, 0-1.
Yeah, Pacifics have been real aggressive here early in the count with runners on base, and it seems as if Jackson Jr. is aware of that aggression, offering a lot of first pitch off-speed pitches, breaking balls and splitters.
0-1, 2 outs. Giacchis swings and misses over top of the breaking ball again, and it's 0-2. Now Jackson doesn't have to throw him a fastball for the rest of the at-bat if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, and why would you after a couple swings like that? That breaking ball wasn't even that good. Another 56-footer, but Pacific's players are offering nonetheless.
You mentioned how back-breaking a 2-out RBI is. Well, how about loading the bases with 1 out and coming away empty when you need to scratch at least 1 across for your starter? 0-2. Here's the pitch. And Giacchis swings a slow roller at third. Trick hop over to Bryson. Fields throws in time. So the side is out here in the 4th inning. No runs, couple of hits, 1 error, and the bases are left loaded. We go top 5. 5-0 Sonoma here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is manager Matt Cavanaugh. You're listening to Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Top of the 5th inning, 5-0. Sonoma is in the lead. Vinny Longo with Danny Nielsen. And now, as we go to the 5th, we'll throw the play-by-play over to Danny. Take it away.
Good to be here, back on the action. Beautiful setting we have here tonight for the Pacifics game. A lot of coaches mention, though, that though twilight is beautiful, it is the toughest time for outfielders to track the ball coming into them. That mix of light and dark just makes it a little difficult to see the baseball. As Barnett delivers the first pitch to Carranza, and it is a ball inside, 1-0.
Critical inning for Barnett here. He needs to set him down and quickly limit his pitch count and get the Pacifics back to the plate.
Ball 2 there from Barnett. Another pitch inside that Gary Rinkelmeyer deemed too far inside. Carranza in open stance, hands at his chest as Barnett comes set from the chest and delivers the pitch. And it is a belt-high strike, 2-1. 5-0 Stompers here in the top half of the 5th. They have 6 hits and 5 runs on 1 Pacific's error. Barnett with the 2-1 delivery, and it is high for ball 3, 3-1.
Barnett continuing to struggle with the zone as he's done all night. Again, this is so different from what we saw last week in his Pacifics debut where he didn't walk a batter.
Barnett comes set, and the pitch is swung on and fouled, or sky high actually, as Daniel Gonzalez now takes charge and falls, but still manages to make the catch. Stumbled around a little bit in there by the pitcher's mound, but he was able to put it away for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I think what they call that is a big league pop-up. That was way up there and way above the light standards. And with the wind, it was tough to track for Gonzalez. Give him a lot of credit for being able to field that.
Yeah, Carranza squared up that pop-up. A lot of people say that a pop-up isn't squared up, but you can square it up. And that was a demonstration of it there with how high it went. Barnett now facing Baptista, and he starts him with a ball in the dirt, 1-0. Barnett now across the century mark in terms of pitches, here with 1 out in the 5th. This will probably be his last inning as a result, as the Pacific's bullpen stirs a little bit and they start to warm. The 1-0 delivery is swung on and bounced towards second. Chase Tucker fields it, throws on to first, and retires Baptista for the second out of the inning. 2 away.
Well, Tucker was casual as can be on that one, but you have to be aware that Baptista, despite great size, has really good speed, and he made that closer than I think you would have expected on a slow chopper like that.
Yeah, Baptista can move a little bit, definitely. Despite that size, kind of looks like a linebacker with flowing hair coming out the back of his helmet. That'll bring Caleb Bryson to the plate with 2 away here in the top half of the 5th as Barnett looks for his first 1-2-3 inning. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, that was a beauty. That may be one of the best breaking balls he's thrown all night.
Barnett looking into Gingras for the signs. He comes set. And the 0-1 pitch is another breaking ball. The slower variety this time, but it is taken in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. Barnett has to be careful with Bryson here. Lots of power. An excellent hitter at the plate. Barnett sets, and the pitch is swung on and dribbled down the third base line as Miroshi, the Stompers head coach, makes a nice play, showing off the hands. Former player, no doubt. Count goes to 1-2 now.
Well, now Barnett finds himself in a position that he hasn't seen much of tonight, and that's being ahead, a quick inning, and he's been getting ahead of hitters throughout the entire inning.
The 1-2 delivery is swung on and missed by Bryson. Strike 3 as Pat Barnett retires the side, 1-2-3. That'll take us to the bottom half of the 5th here on the Pacific's Radio Network.
This is third baseman Jake Taylor, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacific's Baseball on Pacific'sBaseball.com.
Welcome back into the Pacific's broadcast. Beautiful night here at Albert Park. As we head into the bottom half of the 5th inning, we will have Gingras, Bakakis, and Pace coming to the plate as they face Mike Jackson, who has been rather dominant thus far, despite his first inning struggling last inning, in which the Pacifics loaded the bases but were unable to scratch a run across.
And you got to wonder if that missed opportunity is going to come back to bite San Rafael, or if they can capitalize off of it here and actually get something across the board for the first time tonight.
Jackson goes in the windup and delivers. Gingras nearly offers, but it's taken for a strike anyways. 0-1.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. You don't want to swing at that first pitch of the at-bat. Outside corner. It was elevated, but not where Gingras is looking to drive the ball.
Good sinking action on it from Jackson. As he winds up and delivers, and Gingras swings at a breaking ball in the dirt, 0-2. Ricky is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out back to the pitcher in the third inning, when Jackson Jr. was able to stop the comebacker with his bare hand, track it down, and throw it on to first base. Gingras now in a hole, 0-2. As Jackson Jr. delivers. And the ball is grounded weakly to second base. And it is thrown on to Carranza at first base for the putout. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th. An easy routine play for Yasuda there.
Well, tonight the splitter is on for Mike Jackson Jr., and I think that's the difference. The splitter's an inconsistent pitch just because of the nature of it, the way it has to pop out of the hand, and you're not going to get consistent movement most of the time. You're not going to get consistent location. But when his splitter is on, it's one of the toughest pitches to hit in the league, according to one of the better hitters in the league, Mike Taylor.
Very deceptive, and that was demonstrated by Gingras being way out in front of that pitch. As Jackson Jr. now faces Bakakis, who swings at the first pitch over top, 0-1. Jackson Jr. pounding zone thus far, attacking these hitters with a 5-0 lead. He winds up and pitches home, and Bakakis, without much lower half in the swing, fouls one off right at home plate, 0-2.
I think Bakakis was looking off speed and got the heater and was surprised, so he didn't get not just 2 cheeks, didn't even get 1 cheek into that swing. But I think what Jackson is doing is he's playing off the Pacific's aggressiveness. It's something that usually works well for them, but he's throwing those first pitch breaking balls low and they're chasing.
Jackson Jr. now ahead in the count, 0-2. And the pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base line. The count remains 0-2.
And that time Bakakis got the slider he was looking for, got it up in the zone, and was just out in front of it. Maybe Jackson Jr. took a little off, but it was enough.
And this is a consistent trend that we've seen here throughout the night. Pacific's hitters behind in the count as Jackson Jr. continues to come right after them. He now has his sign, delivers, and the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Bakakis, a slider down in the zone. A nasty 0-2 pitch for Jackson Jr.'s fourth strikeout, excuse me.
Again, he's just carving up Pacific's hitters right now, and there are nights when you're just going to have to tip your cap to the opposing starter and acknowledge, yeah, he had a good night. So if you're on Pacific's right now, what you got to do is work as many deep at-bats as you can and hopefully get Jackson Jr. out of the game. The only problem with that is that the Stompers bullpen has been very strong this year.
That'll flip the lineup back over to Zach Pace at the top as Jackson Jr. delivers strike 1 to him. A hard fastball in the inner half of the plate. 0-1.
And with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning, Mike Jackson Jr. has thrown just 63 pitches.
Been very efficient thus far. And he's working at a very quick pace. He winds up, delivers, and the pitch is taken down low by Pace for a ball, 1-1.
Not a bad pitch by Jackson, though, with the way he's been able to attack the strike zone tonight. See if he can get Pace to fish and roll over one. And as it is, Pace is intent on drawing a long at-bat, it appears.
The 1-1 pitch from Jackson Jr. is taken for a ball down below the zone. That looked to be a splitter, maybe. 2-1 is the count now to Pace. Jackson Jr. rubs the ball up, trying to get rid of the dirt remnants that was left on it from the previous pitch. And he is working at a very quick pace, getting the sign and going. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back behind home plate by Pace. That was a good, healthy rip at a fastball up in the zone.
It hasn't been a place that Jackson has lived much at all today. Kind of shocked to see him go there. And he's still got Pace to foul it off. Now he's a strike away from another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, last inning was the first time we really saw Jackson Jr. elevate the ball. And as a result, the Pacifics ended up with a couple hits. The 2-2 pitch now to Pace is taken for a ball outside corner. That was a beautiful splitter from Jackson Jr., tailing away from Pace, but he was patient enough and had a good enough eye not to offer.
Yeah, Jackson Jr. tried the back door and left knocking there. Very close pitch, though. Nice approach, 2-2.
Full count now to Pace. This Jackson Jr. is going to come right after him here as he winds up, delivers, and it's taken for ball 4 outside as Pace draws a 2-out walk. No runs across for the Pacifics on 3 hits. Sonoma has committed 2 errors, but it hasn't come back to bite them. The Stompers lead 5-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th, and that'll bring Daniel Gonzalez to the plate with Pace on board at first. Gonzalez is 1 for 2 on the night. He had a base hit in the first inning, a seeing eye ground ball through the middle of the infield, and then he struck out in the 4th on just 3 pitches, Jackson Jr. making quick work of him. Jackson Jr., the high set, and the pitch is swung on and chopped towards shortstop, and it is bobbled, and it is an error on the shortstop, Mora Loera, as the Pacifics catch another break. That is Mora Loera's 2nd error on the night. Pacifics now have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Jake Taylor, the 3-hitter, stepping to the plate.
Well, Mora Loera is not an offensive shortstop, so he's there mostly for his defense. And that one took an Albert Park hop on him. He was just sitting there waiting for it, and suddenly it took a left turn. He tried to handle it, and it just clanked off the heel of his mitt. And now the Pacifics, now they don't have the tying run at the plate, but Jake Taylor has been swinging the bat well and is in a position where he could do something and could put the Pacifics back in this game.
Well, you mentioned that he sat back on that ground ball, did Mora Loera. Perhaps that's where he went wrong. He should have charged it, come in, tried to take that bad hop away. Jackson Jr., the high set, checks Pace at second base, and Taylor swings, and he's going to loft a ball down the right field line, and it's going to fall in there. Pace around third, going to score. Gonzalez around second, on his way to third, and Jake Taylor puts the first run across for the Pacifics here in the bottom half of the 5th to make the score 5-1 Stompers.
And now that error really comes back to bite Sonoma. And Jackson Jr. would have been out of this inning. But now the Pacifics across the board, they finally have some momentum. And hey, it wasn't a loud hit. It was off the hands. It was a flare, but it just dropped right in. And sometimes those are the hits you need to get things started. And all this, by the way, has come with 2 outs.
Important. Pacifics have a never die attitude, and they're demonstrating it right here. That will be an unearned run for Jackson Jr. because the error was committed with 2 outs. But that will bring Chase Tucker to the plate with runners at first and third, and the Pacifics threatening. Jackson Jr., the high set, and the pitch. And it is swung on by Tucker, and he's grounded through the left side of the infield for a base hit. In to score is Gonzalez. Taylor moves to second as Chase Tucker collects another 2-out RBI for the Pacifics, and the score is now 5-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hey, that's just some great situational hitting for Chase Tucker, finding the hole. Mora Loera was played up the middle. He didn't hit it hard, but that ground ball had eyes. And now Jackson Jr. is going to be visited by Morioka. This is a man that has twice beaten Jackson Jr. in badly. In fact, you can go back to 2013 when Jackson Jr. was the closer for the Hawaii Stars. It was on this very field in the last half of, I believe, the 13th inning. And Hova took Jackson deep over the 320 sign in dead left field, his favorite spot to hit home runs here. And that was when Jackson Jr. starting to lose his handle as a closer. By the way, Hova, the tying run at the plate.
Jackson Jr., the long set, and the pitch, and it is swung on by Hova, and it is grounded down the third baseline foul, out of play, 0-1. So for Jackson, the last 2 innings have been a bit of a struggle. After cruising through the first 3, retiring 9 straight Pacifics hitters at one point. He has struggled leaving the ball up, and the Pacifics have made him pay. Count 0-1 to Hova. 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Pacifics as they trail 5-2. Jackson Jr. checks a couple times, and the pitch is swung on and fouled out of play by Hova to make the count 0-2. That looked to be a ball up in the zone.
That was a good fastball by Mike Jackson Jr. Come in, up in Hova's kitchen, place he knows. Hey, this is an RBI situation. Hova, a classic RBI guy. You give him a fastball up in the zone, he's going to be aggressive on it. And now Hova's in a 2-strike count. Unlikely that he's going to see another fastball in this at-bat.
Jackson Jr. trying to wiggle his way out of some trouble with the Pacifics threatening. Taylor at second base, Tucker at first base. Both reached on 2-out RBI singles to bring the Pacifics within 3 of the Stompers. Jackson Jr., the long set and the pitch. And it is a sharp ground ball by Hova to third base as Bryson fields it cleanly and will step on the bag to finish the inning. The Pacifics score 2 runs on 2 hits this inning and no errors to bring the score to 5-2 right here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is shortstop Daniel Gonzalez, and you're listening to Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Hello and welcome back into Albert Park. We're headed to the top of the 6th. The Pacifics trail 5-2. I'm Danny Nielsen, joined by Vinny Longo. And now I will toss it back to Vinny Longo with the play-by-play.
All right, thank you, Danny. This is the first game of a 3-game series and the final 3 games of this 6-game homestand for the Pacifics. Tomorrow and Thursday, the Pacifics going to make history as Justine Siegel going to become the first woman to manage a men's professional baseball team. Siegel, the former Oakland A's and Cleveland Indians coach, will be the guest manager for the next 2 games presented by the Marin Women's Commission and AT&T. For the next 2 days, all girls wearing their athletic team uniforms will get in with free of charge. And then on Thursday, the first 400 fans through the gates will get Throw Like a Girl t-shirts presented by the Marin Women's Commission and AT&T. First pitch to Derek Fox. And a breaking ball, strike on the outside, 0-1. So for tickets and more information, please visit PacificsBaseball.com or call 415-485-1563. Barnett from the chest, 1-strike pitch, and Fox swings a towering fly ball, shallow right. Hovering to his left is Hova, now waiting on the line for it, makes the one-handed grab. And there's 1 away here in the 6th inning.
And for Barnett, who's now up over 100 pitches, we thought last inning might be his last because of that high pitch count, but he worked so quickly through it, going 1-2-3 in the inning, that manager Matt Cavanaugh decided to send him back out there, and now he's retired another batter quickly on just 2 pitches, doing well.
The solo home runs in the 1st and the 3rd. It was really the 3rd inning when Sonoma got the pressure on. They scored 3 there. First pitch to Mason Morioka, a breaking ball, drops in for a strike. It's 0-1. And while we say that, Julian Escobar, the long man, has started to warm for the Pacifics out in the bullpen. 0-1. Here comes Barnett. Another breaking ball. This one misses low and away, 1-1.
Yeah, Barnett missed with that breaking ball there, but he seems much more comfortable with it these past couple innings. We've seen him drop it in for a couple first pitch strikes to some different hitters, keeping them off balance and not allowing them to know what's coming.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Barnett from the chest, kicks, he deals. Fastball swung on and pop foul first base side. That'll find its way out of play. Now it's 1-2 now. Morioka 1 for 2 tonight. Single in the 4th, was caught stealing, struck out looking in the 2nd inning. And if you're Barnett, your job this inning is to get your team back into the dugout as quickly as possible. 1-2, swinging a cue shot foul off the end of the back. Barnett came in with a curveball, and Morioka barely able to get a piece and stay alive. It'll stay 1-2.
Another good breaking ball from Barnett. Morioka nubbed that off the very tip of his bat, put some weird spin on it back towards the Pacific's bench.
1-2, Barnett from the chest. Here he comes. Breaking ball swung on, a grounder over at short. Gonzalez charging, fields, throws sidearm on the run in time. Nice play by Gonzalez, and there are 2 away for Mark Hurley.
That ball took an Alberts Park hop, much like it did in the previous inning to Mora Loera. But the difference between the 2 plays was that Daniel Gonzalez charged this ball. He fielded it off to the side on the run and was able to eliminate that bad hop and throw on to first base to record the out.
I'm going to bring up Hurley, who's 1 for 2, the solo homer in the 3rd. Struck out, I say swinging in air quotes. It was a check swing where the Pacifics got a break. As the first pitch breaking ball misses high, it's 1-0. 5-2 Stompers lead, 2 away. Top half of the 6th.
And from Barnett, this is still an impressive outing. He doesn't have his best stuff, but he's trying to fight through the 6th inning here.
1-0 breaking ball, beauty. Right on the outside for a strike, it's 1-1.
Pacific's player or manager Matt Cavanaugh was initially worried that he would have to go to his bullpen early, but Barnett's been able to settle down and retire some hitters here.
1-1, another breaking ball, swung on, grounded softly up the middle. Gonzalez to his left, not going to get there, just past him, and Hurley will have a base hit. 2-out single from Hurley. It's about as Mark Hurley as it gets, getting the clutch hit to keep the Stompers alive. Now Eddie Mora Loera.
Nothing wrong from Barnett there, made the pitch he was looking to. That was about a 15 hopper through the infield. Just had eyes, found its way through the outfield to the outfield.
Mora Loera, no credited at-bats tonight. Couple of walks, and 1 run scored on the Yasuda double. Hurley can move at first, as Barnett will check over, and he's back standing. Escobar looks about ready over in the bullpen, although Cavanaugh will look to get just as much as possible out of his starter tonight.
Got to be careful with Hurley over there at first base. He's got 5 steals on the season. He's also been caught stealing 5 times.
Remember, this is a 7-game week for the Pacifics. As Barnett set, first pitch to Mora Loera, and a fastball misses high, and it's 1-0. It'll be the 3 games here in San Rafael, and then 2 in Sonoma. On Sunday, it'll be unique, a day-night doubleheader, home and home. It'll be here in San Rafael at 11:30 a.m. on July 3rd, as the Pacifics will celebrate Independence Day. A 1-0 fastball misses high, 2-0 with some unique circumstances. They're going to milk a cow, or the players will have a cow milking contest prior to the game. There'll be a pie eating contest, or fans compete against the players. It's a great way to celebrate America's birthday.
Pie and cows, what's not to love?
And hot dogs, too. Don't forget those. 2-0, and Mora Loera takes a fastball up high. 3-0. And then that evening, the Pacifics will head to Sonoma and play the second half of the doubleheader. 3 balls, no strikes. Barnett from the chest. Kicks and delivers. Mora Loera taking the fastball for a strike. It's 3-1.
Mora Loera taking all the way there. Trying to coax some more pitches out of Barnett, see if they can put the finishing touches on his night and get him out of this game.
Barnett set 3-1. Hurley from first, held on by Gillespie. A check over, and Hurley's going to be back standing. And this may be Barnett's last hitter. You have the top of the order coming up, and Escobar looks about ready. And the pitch count continues to rise for Pat Barnett, as he's at 113 as the fastball misses upstairs. 3rd walk of the evening to Mora Loera, and the 4th overall, now 2 on, 2 out for Matt Hibbert.
Yeah, 3rd walk of the evening for Mora Loera, and that's not what you want as if you're Barnett. Mora Loera, not the best hitter in the world, doesn't have super great numbers coming into the season, coming into tonight. Hitting 9th, you typically want to make that man swing the bat, but Barnett's been a bit wild to him, and now as a result, after walking him for the 3rd time, he's going to draw a visit from Matt Cavanaugh. We'll see if he goes to the bullpen.
Well, that may very well be it for Pat Barnett, as his pitch count very high.
Seems as if no sooner do we say that he was settling in, about to work his way through the 6th inning, he runs into a little trouble, and now this could be it for him.
Well, he's thrown 122 pitches. This is just his 2nd outing for the Pacifics this year. And And again, Matt Cavanaugh wants to see just how much he can get out of his starter. And that'll be it. So Barnett will depart. If you're not leaving with a smile, then it's time for a change. Think Marshall Motor Works off of Francisco Boulevard East. Father and son keeping you on the road. Barnett ends up going 5 2/3. 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 7 hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So Barnett is in position to lose this game, and Julian Escobar will be called upon to try and keep the Stompers off the board after the Pacifics had just scored 2 of their own in the bottom half of the 5th. Escobar in 8 appearances has no record, a 9.31 ERA, 12 strikeouts to 6 walks, and 9 2/3 innings pitched. So can Escobar get Hibbert, who's a tough hitter, and get the Pacifics back to the plate for the bottom half of this 6th inning. Vallejo at the bottom of the standings, a 10-14 entering play today. That record not indicative of the quality of baseball they've played this year. This is going to be a tough division. And as we head down the tail end of the first half, and then as we move into the second half as well. And another thing just to check up on, Max Beatty made 2 starts for the White Sox rookie affiliate over in Great Falls, and now has been moved up to High A Kannapolis, and in fact made his first start tonight. And Beatty was credited with the loss. Over 7 innings, give up 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, and 10 hits. So not a bad outing for Beatty, and wasn't able to get the win in that one, but a good start to his second try through affiliated ball. And we'll keep an eye on Max Beatty as he advances, hopefully, through the White Sox system this year.
A quality start for Beatty there. Quality start, of course, classified as anything with 6 or more innings, allowing 3 earned runs or fewer. Good night for Beatty, even though he got the loss.
And you'll take that if you're Beatty. You'll take that if you're the Pacifics, and hopefully you'll take that if you're the White Sox. So now it'll be Escobar. And Escobar has had an up and down season. He's struggled out of the gates. And well, there have been times when he's shown exactly the reason that he was recruited out of the California Winter League. The ability to just bear down on hitters, throw strikes, throws hard. And then sometimes he just has trouble finding the zone. In a big situation here, tough hitter in Hibbert.
Important here to attack the strike zone. Can't give away free passes. Your job as a reliever is to come in, pound zone, get outs. Real important to start Hibbert off here with a few strikes.
Right-hander is Escobar. Hibbert, 1 for 2 today. Takes a fastball, and it's a strike on the outer half of the knee. He's 0-1. Hibbert walked and then scored on the error by Gonzalez in the 3rd inning. At second is Mark Hurley. He can fly. At first is Mauro Loera. Better than average speed. Gillespie is played behind him at first. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Came in with an elevated breaking ball. And Hibbert was late on it. It's 0-2.
Escobar will struggle with his command from time to time. He's walked 6 batters in 9 2/3, but he's also struck out 12 batters in those 9 2/3, which tells you that he has good stuff. And that last breaking ball, though it was up in the zone, still had some sharp bite, which allowed him to get away with the mistake.
0-2, 2 outs. Hurley dancing away. He goes. The pitch is in the dirt and skips by Gingras. Hurley's going to turn the corner and come home. Gingras throws to Escobar. Hurley slides head first, and he's safe. Mark Hurley was stealing third. Escobar skipped the breaking ball, and it bounced right over Ricky Gingras. And Hurley able to make 180 feet out of that and give the Stompers a 6-2 lead.
Phenomenal play by Hurley there. Escobar made the mistake of not stopping his feet at second base. Hurley was just dancing off, and then Escobar delivered the pitch home. He had never stopped Hurley's feet. He took off for third base, and then once Hurley saw that the ball had skipped past Gingras, there was no turning back, and he stole home.
The stolen base, the wild pitch, and now Sonoma gets that critical run back. 1-2, and Hurley makes a changeup in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
Good play from Gingras there. Runner at third base and 2 outs. Escobar bounced a 54-foot breaking ball, and Gingras did a good job to put a body in front of it, keep that run from scoring.
A few of the Pacifics here in the top half of the 6th inning. You were hoping you'd be able to get back to your bench with just a 3-run deficit. But now Sonoma's taking one back. 2-2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lined over at third. Taylor has it on a hop, knocks it down. Bare hand pickup. Strong throw. Got him by half a step. And the side retired here in the 6th inning. Great play by Jake Taylor, recovering after the initial misstep. And the Pacifics limit the damage. But the Stompers get a run. 1 hit, no errors. And they leave 1 man. We go bottom 6, 6-2 Sonoma here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is catcher Mark Lindsay, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
So Mike Jackson Jr. will stick around here for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Gillespie, Giacchis, and Gingras will lead off against them. The Pacifics have built some offensive momentum over the last 2 frames. Jackson was flat out dominant over the first 3. Allowed just the seeing eye single to Daniel Gonzalez and retired everybody else. The Pacifics loaded the bases with 1 out in the 4th inning, came away empty. And in the 5th, thanks to an error at short with 2 outs, they were able to capitalize and score a pair of runs. And now they're going to hope to come back a little more. Down 4 with 4 innings to go. First pitch to Gillespie, swinging a rollover grounder at second. Handled easily by Yasuda up at the chest. Throws out Gillespie. And now Brent is 0 for 3. Retired on 1 pitch. 1 away for Giacchis.
That's just what you want if you're Jackson Jr. there. Tough inning last inning, giving up a couple runs, but your offense is able to come back for you, scratch 1 across, and now you make you retire a batter very quickly on just 1 pitch, trying to secure that shutdown inning. Shutdown inning, anytime your offense scores a run and you're able to put a 0 up on the board the following half inning, that's classified as a shutdown inning for a pitcher.
Jackson kicks into the windup. First pitch to Giacchis, and he takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Now, the Pacifics have not had 1 leadoff man on tonight. That first out of the inning is so critical because if you get runners on, say you get 2 runners on with no outs, that's very different than 2 on with 1 out. 0-1, and a breaking ball misses low, and it's 1-1. Especially for a pitcher like Jackson, where almost every pitch he has sharp downward breaking movement. Because a guy like him, he's always just 1 pitch away of getting out of a jam with 1 out.
Exactly. Gets a lot of double plays, has some good sinking action on his fastball. Sharp downward biting slider, as you mentioned.
1-1 pitch from Jackson, and Giacchis takes the fastball up and away, and it's 2-1. It's not unprecedented for Mike Jackson Jr. to have a game like this. In fact, a couple of times last year. 8 innings of shutout ball, did that to the Pacifics a couple of times, but there were also times when he struggled mightily and wouldn't even get out of the 4th. Today has been the former. 2-1, and Giacchis swings and pops it foul, backing over the grandstand. Morioka giving it a look, but it'll fall out of play, and it'll be 2-2.
Jackson Jr. bringing a good fastball tonight. A lot of Pacifics players have been tardy on it. Kind of atypical of Jackson Jr. He's throwing a little harder than we're used to seeing him.
Now, even in the count with Giacchis, 2-2. John, a pop out and a ground out to third. He's 0 for 2. Jackson into the windup. Here's the pitch, and Giacchis swings and fouls it back and over. He did not miss that one by much. A healthy hack at the challenge fastball. And it'll stay 2-2.
Jackson Jr. left that ball up in the zone. He elevated it, and Giacchis didn't miss it by much. He was right on that pitch.
Well, 2-2 it'll stay. Jackson Jr. kicks, and he deals. And Giacchis swings a line drive out in the left field. Over to his left is Hurley. That one's going to get down and all the way to the wall for extra bases. Giacchis a big turn at first. He's going to slide into second with a leadoff double, or a 1-out double. But now Giacchis into scoring position, and that is the loudest contact we've seen off of Mike Jackson Jr. tonight. And Giacchis continues to stay hot.
Giacchis running hard out of the box. He saw the location that ball was going to end up in left field, and he was sniffing 2 right from the get-go.
Gingras, who has not looked good against Jackson Jr. tonight. A ground out back to the mound and a chopper over to second. 0 for 2. Giacchis leads away from second. Not much of a threat to steal, but does represent a crucial run for San Rafael. The Pacifics need to get at least 1 across here in the 6th, if not a crooked number, to cut into the deficit. Gingras swings at the first pitch, a 1-hopper over to short, or second. Yasuda up with it and will throw on to first in time. Sounded like Ricky got it off the end of the bat. And now 2 away for Bukakis.
Giacchis remains at second base. Typically when you see a ground ball to the second baseman and a runner at second, you're going to see him advance to third, but Gingras lined that ball on a one-hop to Yasuda, and Giacchis wasn't sure if Yasuda was going to catch that ball on the fly, so he held up at second.
Bukakis 0 for 2, a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. One of the better clutch contributors for the Pacifics this season. As Jackson Jr. to the plate, Bukakis swings and misses out in front of the breaking ball, 0-1. Can he come through here, or is Jackson Jr. going to win the battle and keep the Pacifics off the board? They're down 6-2 with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bukakis has had a tough time picking that slider up thus far tonight. We'll see if Jackson Jr. goes back to it.
1 strike to count. Here's the pitch. And Bukakis lunges at it and fouls it back early on at that time. And it's 0-2.
Jackson Jr. seeing the same thing that we're observing. Bukakis not picking it up very well. He had no lower half in that swing, just kind of flailed at it with his arms, fouled it off.
No balls and 2 strikes. Giacchis from second, double to get there. And Jackson will step off. He wants a fresh set of signs.
A lot of pitches set up here for Jackson Jr. to go to. You can bounce a slider in the dirt. You can elevate a fastball. Bukakis is in a hole.
Look back at second, 0-2 pitch. Checked out and missed. Strike 3. Another saying he fouled it right into Morioka's glove. Great play. I thought that one was going to hit the ground. Great play by Mason Morioka, and Bukakis now has himself a hat trick on the night. So the Pacifics get a hit. They strand 1, another runner in scoring position, left by San Rafael. We go top 7, and it is a 6-2 Stompers lead here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is second baseman Chase Tucker, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
6-2 Stompers as we go to the top of the 7th. Yasuda, Carranza, and Baptista will lead off against Julian Escobar. Remember, Escobar came on to finish off the 6th inning after Barnett got the first 2 men and allowed that 6th run of the game to come around and score on the wild pitch. So that run will go to Patrick Barnett. Ends up allowing 6 runs, 5 of them earned in his 5 2/3 innings pitched. Not his best performance in his second start in the Pacifics uniform. Yasuda, who's had a good night, solo homer in the 1st inning to get things started, and an RBI double in the 3rd. Grounded out to 3rd to end the 4th. First pitch fastball from Escobar and misses low, 1-0.
Yasuda's taking quality at bats all night. He's seeing the ball huge, putting good swings on the baseball.
Ball and no strikes. Escobar kicks and he deals, and Yasuda takes a fastball, strike on the inner half. 1-1. And some activity over in the Stompers bullpen. As Escobar kicks into the windup. 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Escobar flutters the glove, kicks into the windup. 2-1 pitch on the way. Yasuda swings a chopper up the middle. Gonzalez to his left, up with it, settles, throws, picked out of the dirt by Gillespie. And there's 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Good job by Gillespie picking up his shortstop there. Low throw from Gonzalez, but Gillespie is able to erase the mistake with a nice pick. Also a good job by Escobar there. Behind in the count, 2-1, throws a quality breaking ball that Yasuda rolls over the top of.
It's Juan Espinosa who's warming up for the Stompers over in their bullpen. As Escobar kicks and he deals, and Carranza takes the first pitch fastball that misses inside. It's 1-0. Joel 0 for 3 tonight. A fly out, a pop out to short, reached on a critical error in the 3rd inning that at the time allowed the 4th run of the game to score. 1-0, and a breaking ball bounces at 58 feet. 2 balls, no strikes to Carranza now.
Escobar will get a wild hair up his nose, as we mentioned. He's walked 6 batters in 9 2/3 innings. See if he can lock it back in, coming into the strike zone.
Escobar kicks, 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, challenge fastball. Carranza couldn't catch up to it, and it's 2-1.
Escobar's got a live arm. He's got some good velocity behind that fastball. And Carranza was way late.
2 balls, a strike. Escobar flutters the glove. First base side of the rubber. Kicks. 2-1 pitch. In tight with the fastball. Carranza has to raise his arms to get out of the way. A 3-1 count now. A good hitter's count to a good hitter. In 2014, set the Pacific Association single season record for homers, only to see it demolished last year. 3-1 and the fastball misses high and tight. So a 1-out walk issued by Julian Escobar, and now Daniel Baptista. And Carranza had a good year last year, fewer home runs and more doubles than we'd seen in 2014. Ended up moving up to the Can-Am lead right after the end of the first half. Baptista is 0 for 3 tonight, a fly out to left. He's also struck out swinging and grounded out to second. Not much of a double play candidate, moves well for a big guy. Left-handed batter is Baptista. Escobar from the belt. And a first pitch fastball on the way. A swing and a foul back and over the grandstand. 0-1.
Another Stompers hitter, Tardy on that fastball. They got to get it going a little sooner here if they want to catch up to Escobar.
Nothing in 1. Escobar from the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner. Best one he's thrown all night. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that was nasty, Vinny. You could throw Baptista on a belt the way he buckled with that one.
Warner is up and stretching for San Rafael in the bullpen. We'll see if they put him in here. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hammered foul to the first base side. And it'll stay 0-2. That breaking ball was up in the zone. Baptista did not miss it by much.
Yeah, he was ready for that one. He saw the 0-1 pitch, wasn't expecting it, was fooled badly. Saw it again, 0-2, and was ready.
0-2, 1 out. Escobar from the belt and delivers, and Baptista swings and fouls it back and over. And it'll stay 0-2. 5-pitch at bat, or the 5th pitch coming up.
Baptista way tardy on that last fastball from Escobar. After seeing a couple breaking balls, it just looks a little bit faster, that fastball.
No balls and 2 strikes. Carranza at first, a short lead held on by Gillespie. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped foul back and over the grandstand again. Baptista doing a good job staying alive in this at-bat. It'll stay 0-2.
Yeah, Escobar not happy with himself after that last breaking ball. Elevated it, didn't throw it to the place he wanted to. Allowed Baptista to get a barrel to it.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and chopped foul. Did get it down this time, and Baptista able to stay alive.
That was a better pitch from Escobar, but Baptista showing some good fight here, fouling some tough pitches off. Still 0-2.
Well, Baptista, a very good hitter. No doubts about that. 0-2. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Escobar. Swing and a miss. Got him on the high fastball. Strike 3. First strikeout for Escobar. 7th strikeout for Pacific's pitching. And there are 2 away for Caleb Bryson.
Perfect pitch from Escobar there. Well-located fastball, just below the letters. Baptista couldn't catch up to it.
So Caleb Bryson now, who's been quiet tonight, a strikeout, a pop-out, and a double play ball to end the 3rd.
Uncharacteristically quiet for Bryson, who's been hitting everyone this year. Just absolutely smashing this far.
First pitch to him, and he swings and drives one out into right field. Racing to his left is Hova on the move, in the corner, makes the grab on the run. And the side retired here in the 7th inning. Michael Hova with a nice play. And Escobar sets down the Stompers without scoring. They get a walk, they strand him. We go bottom 7, 6-2, San Rafael in the lead, or in behind. You're listening to the San Rafael Pacifics here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is pitcher Patrick Conroy, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 6-2, Stompers in the lead. Vinny Longo and Danny Nielsen. Happy to have you with us for the first game of this 3-game series. And Mike Jackson's Jr.'s evening is finally over, at least from the perspective of the Pacifics. Jackson Jr. ends up going 6 strong innings, allowing 2 runs, neither of them earned, on 6 hits, walking 1, and striking out 5. Juan Espinoza will take over for him. Juan, in 6 appearances, a 2-0 record with a 3.14 ERA, 15 strikeouts to just 3 walks, and 14 1/3 innings pitched. Much like last year, the Stompers appear to have built a great bullpen. First pitch to Pace and a fastball, strike on the outside, 0-1.
Yeah, the bullpen definitely the strength of the Stompers pitching staff. They're running 4 guys out there with a 3.37 ERA or lower.
0-1 breaking ball misses in tight. It's 1-1. And you see a successful team. Bullpen's usually a big part of it. A fastball, strike on the outside, 1-2. Especially in the modern game where it's not as critical for a starting pitcher to go 8 or 9 innings. You see guys routinely go maybe 6 and sometimes 5. And the bullpen's so critical. 1-2, checked at a breaking ball low and left, 2-2.
That was a good take from Pace there. Great pitch from Espinoza, the back foot slider. Pace was able to hold up and check his swing.
Pace is 0 for 2, a couple of flyouts, a walk and a run. Takes a fastball outside, and the count now filled up to him.
Big moment here for the Pacifics. As we mentioned, they haven't had a leadoff man on yet tonight. Let's see if they can do it.
3-2, not close with the fastball. Pace draws the leadoff walk, becoming the first leadoff man to reach for San Rafael. And now Daniel Gonzalez.
And now the door is open. Top of the order, getting it started for the Pacifics. As we move into the beef of their lineup, we'll see if they can mount a comeback here against the Stompers' pen.
And a man who has a good tendency to come up in clutch situations, Daniel Gonzalez. 1 for 3 tonight, an error, a single, and a run scored. First pitch swinging a fly ball, lofted out into shallow right. Fox in a couple of steps, now hovering to his left, makes the one-handed grab. So on 1 pitch, Gonzalez is retired. And there's 1 away for Taylor.
Taylor, one of the few Pacifics hitters to have good at-bats against Mike Jackson Jr. He has a couple of hits on the night.
Yeah, in fact, 2 for 3. A sharp single up the middle, a fly ball that he flipped out on the right for a hit and drove in a run in that 2-run 5th inning. The 5th is the only time the Pacifics have scored tonight. They're down 6-2. Right-handed batter does have power, but has struggled lately in terms of lofting the ball. First pitch on the way, and he takes a breaking ball that misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Not always the worst thing in the world for a hitter to not be lofting the ball, even a guy with power like Taylor, especially when he's been squaring it up as much as he has been, hitting a lot of line drives.
1-0. Long set, here comes Espinoza, and Taylor takes the fastball way outside. 2-0 now. It's interesting because Taylor came in and in just over 30 games last year hit 12 bombs for the Pacifics. And here, through 20, has 5. Was red hot to start the season as he swings and a soft liner at second. Yasuda is going to play it, catches it in the air and loses it on the transition. That was bizarre. He looked like he had it right before it hit the ground. And he dropped it and nobody knew what to do. Taylor had stopped. Pace was waiting. And Danny Speck, a good job of making sure that everybody knew that Taylor was out, but an unproductive out. And now Espinoza is an out away from neutralizing that leadoff walk.
Yeah, that was a smart play from Yasuda. He knew that Pace was going back to first base on the line drive, and he saw that Taylor wasn't too far out of the box. He tried to drop it so that the Stompers could turn a double play, but Danny Speck on that to call it out.
First pitch breaking ball to Chase Tucker. He swings a high pop-up, foul ground first base side. Carranza over to his left, just able to squeeze it with a snow cone as he moves toward the bullpen. So the Pacifics retired here in the 7th inning, and they strand that leadoff walk with the heart of the order coming up. We go top 8. It is a 6-2 Stompers lead right here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is manager Matt Cavanaugh. You're listening to Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
6-2 Stompers in the top half of the 8th inning. Clinton Monzo going to take over for Julian Escabel. And if you're not leaving with a smile, then it's time for a change. Think Marshall Motorworks off of Francisco Boulevard East. Father and son keeping you on the road. Escabel, a strong inning in a third tonight. No runs, no hits, a walk, a strikeout, but did throw a critical wild pitch that allowed Mark Hurley to come around and score to the first batter he faced in the 6th inning. And that gave the Stompers their current 6-2 lead. But Escabel did a good job in relief. It'll bring on Monzo. In 9 appearances this year, Clint with an 0-1 record. 5.62 is earned run average. 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 8 innings pitched. Going to face Fox, Morioka, and Hurley to lead off the 8th inning here. Just trying to stop the bleeding and keep the Pacifics within slam range. Warner will begin to warm to start the inning as the first pitch to Fox, and he takes a fastball that misses low. 1-0. Fox 1 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a single and a run, and a fly out. Ball and no strikes. Here comes Monzo. And the fastball misses low again, 2-0.
Tough start to the season for Monzo. He's done a good job in his last few appearances, whittling that ERA down.
2-0. Monzo from the belt. Kicks, he deals. And the fastball misses outside, 3-0. We'll see once in a while that Monzo will lose command of the zone completely on the spring training, and saw it once this year during the regular season. And then all of a sudden he'll snap right back to it. 3-0 to Fox. And a fastball down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1.
Important Monzo stays in the zone right here, especially to a guy with speed. Can't be issuing free passes at this point in the game.
Monzo from the belt. 3-1 pitch. And Fox takes the fastball low. So a 5-pitch walk to start the 8th inning. And now Mason Morioka. And I think you can contrast the 2 pitching staffs tonight. Both of them have had decent number of strikeouts. The Pacifics have struck out 7, the Stompers 5. But compare the walks. 6 for the Pacifics, 2 for the Stompers. When the Stompers have had runners on base, they've brought them around. The Pacifics have put runners on base, but for the most part have stranded them. And you can see it. It's in the score, 6-2.
Yeah, and 2 of those walks that the Pacific's pitching staff have scored. Would be a 4-2 game if you're playing the what-if game if the Pacifics hadn't walked those guys. The free passes, they say, always come back to hurt you, and we're seeing it tonight.
Morioka 1 for 3, a single in the 4th inning. As Monzo said, and his first pitch on the way. Fastball, strike on the inside, some nice run on it, 0-1.
Good pitch from Monzo there, throwing a sinker with a lot of action on it, trying to induce a ground ball from a slow-footed catcher in Morioka.
Fox at first. He's held on by Gillespie. And Monzo will check over once more. Fox is back standing. Now, that is a critical run for Sonoma. You always want that 5th run of a lead because it takes you out of range of having the game tied up with one swing of the bat. 0-1 to Morioka. And Monzo from the belt. Runner goes, the pitch is squared out and taken for a strike. Throw down to second. Fox slides in safely head first. So it'll be an 0-2 count, but Fox steals his 9th bag of the year and takes the double play out of order. 0-2.
0-2.
That's where that free pass comes back to bite you. Fox, a guy with a lot of speed, leads their club in stolen bases, moves into scoring position with nobody out. Now a productive out from Morioka brings him to third base with less than 2 outs, and it's going to bring your infield in.
And now Gingras and Monzo will meet to discuss some signs. Now, that's a pretty critical at-bat for Morioka. 2 strikes, you can't score around a bunt for risk of bunting it foul and striking out. However, you got to get that man to third any way possible. Most typical fashion would be to chop one to the right side, and that should move him over easily. But you can't strike out here, and you can't pop out, and you can't fly out to the shallow outfield. Good arms in the corners for the Pacifics in the outfield. 0-2, a swing and a chopper up the middle. That'll move him over. Gonzalez up the middle, strong arm, throws him out. But the productive out. Morioka does the job Yes, Fox over to third with one out for Hurley.
And that's exactly what we're talking about there from Morioka, doing a good job controlling the barrel of the bat, moving Fox over to third. And now that's going to bring the Pacific's infield in. And for Monzo, you either got to record a strikeout or induce a pop-up in order to strand that runner.
Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Critical point in the game. Always want a strikeout. Warner is paused in the bullpen. All eyes on the field of play. First pitch to Hurley, and the breaking ball misses outside. It's 1-0. Hurley a good game. 2 for 3. A solo shot in the third. A single and a run in the sixth. The Stompers took command early with solo shots from Yasuda and Hurley, and then have padded ever since. A 3-run third inning, a run in the fourth, and a run in the sixth. 1-0, Monzo. Kicks, he deals. And Hurley swings and chops it right behind the plate. And it's 1-1.
Good speed at third base with Fox. If you're on the infield for the Pacifics and you get a ground ball, you got to know that. Have some quick hands and make a quick, accurate throw.
1 ball, 1 strike. Monzo from the belt. Fox at third with great speed. 1-1 pitch. And the breaking ball misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
Also crucial time for Ricky Gingras back there, knowing full well that anything in the dirt, you have to be a wall and block. Otherwise, that run's going to come in to score.
2-1. Monzo is set, kicks, comes to the plate. Fastball outside, 3-1. Do have a base to play with. The 9-hitter, Mora Loera, who hasn't had to take the bat off his shoulder much tonight, waits on deck. This could be a situation where they're pitching around a dangerous hitter in Hurley and setting up an inning-ending double play.
Hurley's been right in the thick of things thus far tonight, responsible for 2 of the 6 Stompers runs.
3-1. Hurley swings the line drive up the middle. That's a base hit. Fox going to come around to score. Hurley with an RBI knock, and it's a 7-2 Sonoma lead.
Make that 3 of the 7 runs that Hurley is responsible for tonight. Great piece of hitting there, ahead in the count, 3-1. Solid base hit up the middle. Loud contact.
And any wind that had been caught in the Pacific sails from the last couple of innings promptly let out. A 5-run lead. Mora Loera, 3 walks in the game, has scored once. Right-handed batter. Monzo from the belt, and he'll check over. A low throw handled by Gillespie. And Hurley is back standing. Warner continues to stretch out in the bullpen. He has ceased throwing, though. Monzo is set. Here's the first pitch, and Mora Loera takes a fastball inside. It's 1-0. For some reason, the Pacifics can't seem to throw a strike to Eddie Mora Loera tonight. In 3 walks. And in 2 at-bats, he saw 1 strike or less.
And this is 3 walks to a guy who's hitting .243 on the season. Got to come in and throw some strikes to the 9-hitter.
Breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike. So the count even up at 1-1. Nice pitch from Monzo there. Hurley can fly away from first. A short lead, though. He's held on by Gillespie. Monzo is set from the belt. A check over again, and Hurley is back standing once more. So Monzo trying to limit the damage, and the Pacific's offense starting to run out of outs. A couple of runs in the 5th inning, loaded the bases in the 4th, had a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the 6th. Yet out of all those frames, they came away with just the 2. 1-1. And he skips in a fastball, knocked down by Gingras, and they have Hurley caught off first. The throw over, and Hurley just able to scamper back. It'll be 2-1 to Eddie Mora Loera. And still, Pacific's pitching staff can't seem to throw strikes to Mora Loera.
Gingras earning his paycheck back there tonight. He's blocked a lot of balls in the dirt. Controlling some wildness from the Pacific's pitching staff thus far. He's being a warrior back there.
2-1. Monzo from the belt. Hurley from first. Clint kicks, he deals, and a fastball swung on a broken bat flare. That's going to get down into center field, a base hit. Mora Loera reaches for the 4th time tonight, sacrifices the bat to do so. Now the top of the order will come up. Hibbert, who's 1 for 3.
Hitter would trade a bat for a hit any day of the week. Knocks a knock, up in that average.
And there's a Stompers offense that, much like the first half of last year, is just not going away. And now Warner will start to throw again in the Pacific's pen as Nick DeBar will head out to the mound. All started with the leadoff walk. The stolen base from Fox, moved over to third on the ground out. Hurley singled sharply to bring him home. And it's been a good offensive night for the Stompers. I guess you could put it that way. 7 runs on 9 hits. They've committed 3 errors. The Pacific's 2 runs on 6 hits. They've committed just 1 error. That Pacific's error was critical. Brought home a run as a part of that 3-run 3rd inning. And the Stompers' errors have not been critical. Mike Jackson Jr., who committed that first error in the 1st inning, threw it away. Advanced Gonzalez to third when he was trying to pick him off. He was stranded. Another error in the 4th inning allowed the Pacifics to load the bases with 1 out. Once again, they came up empty with Gillespie and Giacchis, 2 of the hotter hitters on the team, popping out and grounding out respectively. 5th inning, San Rafael finally got a couple across after an error extended the inning. And then Taylor and Tucker both singled home runs respectively. Since then, the Pacifics have stranded a runner on in each inning. I think a lot of credit goes to Mike Jackson Jr. tonight, who was flat out dominant in the 6 innings. And he was paired up against Pat Barnett, who threw well, just didn't have his best stuff. So 2 on, 1 out. Hibbert, tough to double up because of his speed. Takes the first pitch fastball. And I guess that hit him on the elbow. Didn't look like it changed too much direction, but Monzo with his 2nd free pass of the inning, courtesy of the hit batsman. Now the base is loaded with just 1 out for Yuki Yasuda.
Frustrating pitch for Monzo there. That ball just ticked the protective elbow guard on the elbow of Hibbert. And that's going to load the bases with 1 out for Yasuda, who's taking the best at-bats of anyone for the Stompers tonight.
Yasuda is 2 for 4, the solo homer, the RBI double, and a couple of groundouts to go with it. Middle infielders a double play depth, and the first pitch to Yasuda on the way. Fastball high and tight, and that hit him. Hits hitters on the back-to-back pitches. That brings in a run. And now it is an 8-2 Stompers lead, and that one just got away from Clint Monzo. He's still not out of the thick of the woods. In fact, he's right in the middle of it. Heart of the order coming up now. And Warner is ready. See how much longer Matt Cavanaugh lets Clint Monzo go.
That was a sinker that just sunk too much. Ran too far in and just ticked the jersey of Yasuda there.
First pitch to Carranza, and he takes a breaking ball that misses in the dirt. It's 1-0. Another outing in which Clint Monzo has struggled. 2 runs across, 8-2 the Stompers lead. And the base is still loaded for a very dangerous hitter. 1-0 pitch, and Carranza takes a fastball that misses just inside. And it's 2-0 now.
Come on.
Dangerous spot here. Bases loaded to the 3-hitter. Behind in the count, 2-0. Got to try to make a quality pitch.
Good hitters count. 2 balls, no strikes. And Carranza swings and lifts one out into right field. Not well hit. They're going to tag at third. Hova makes the grab, and the throw is going to be cut off by Gillespie. No relay, so the sacrifice fly brings home Mora Loera. Hibbert goes to third. It's a 9-2 Sonoma lead. And the Stompers have put a 3 spot up here in the 8th inning. I mentioned the wind being taken out of the sails of the Pacifics. Now it's pretty much gone altogether. And that's going to be it for Clint Monzo. We'll take a quick break as Brandon Warner will come in. 9-2 the Stompers lead, 2 out. Runners on the corners in the top of the 8th here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is catcher Mark Lindsay, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
So Warner is going to take over here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs, 2 on, 3 already in for Sonoma. And if you're not leaving with a smile, then it's time for a change. Think Marshall Motor Works off of Francisco Boulevard East. father and son, keeping you on the road. Well, Monzo goes 2/3 of an inning, allows 3 runs, a couple of hits, a walk, and 2 hit batsmen, and is still responsible for Hibbert on third and Yasuda, who is on first. And now Baptista will come in against Warner. Warner's been one of the better weapons for the Pacifics out of the bullpen this year. 7 appearances, 1 start, a 1-2 record with a 6.13 ERA. 16 strikeouts to 4 walks and 14 2/3 innings pitched. First pitch fastball to Baptista, pumped in on the outside corner, 0-1. Baptista's 0 for 4, couple of strikeouts, a fly out, and a ground out. 0-1. Warner. And the pitch, and a fastball misses outside, 1-1.
Hasn't been an all-out offensive onslaught for the Stompers. They have 9 hits, but the thing that's really hurt the Pacifics has been the free passes, the hit by pitches, and the walks.
Warner's set 1-1. Here he comes. Big breaking ball. Just misses low. Nice pitch from Brandon Warner.
Damn it, Gary.
And it's 2-1.
Down.
Big 12-6 breaking ball. Taken for a ball. Not sure where it missed, however.
I think it froze Gary Rinkelmeyer. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball checked at, left low, 3-1.
Warner throwing hard, but he's going to have to come in the zone here. Stompers with a chance to really open this game up.
9-2, they already lead. Michael Kirshner now getting ready in the Pacific's bullpen. 3-1. Warner kicks, he deals, fastball. Called a strike on the outside, and very well may have been a makeup call, so the count will be full. And Yasuda will get on the move on the pitch at first base.
On, Brandon.
3-2 with 2 outs. Hibbert at third, Yasuda held on by Gillespie at first. Yasuda on the move. Here's the pitch, and Baptista swings and fouls it straight back. Challenge fastball, and he just did miss it. So it'll stay full to him.
Good baseball all around there. Challenge fastball from Warner. He brought his A game. Baptista was ready for it, had a nice balanced swing.
Go, Brandon, kid, come on.
We'll do it again here in the 3-2 count.
Go on the crowd, let's go.
Gillespie behind the runner now. He goes. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Warner comes in, gets the big strikeout, and the side is retired here in the 8th inning. But the Stompers get 3 runs, a couple of hits, no errors. And the Stompers leave 2. We go bottom 8, 9-2 Sonoma leads right here on the Pacific's Radio Network. So Michael Hova lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. 9-2 Sonoma leads. A first pitch breaking ball from Espinosa, and it misses outside. 1-0. First game of the 3-game set. As the 1-0 pitch, and Hova swings and misses out in front of the breaking ball. And it's 1-1. And it's been all Sonoma from the get-go. Yasuda hit the first inning home run, and they've never given up the lead since then as Hova takes a fastball low and in. 2-1.
Espinosa working at an incredible pace right now, getting the ball and going.
2-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and cued foul first base side off the end of the bat. 2-2.
Espinosa working so fast he doesn't even leave the rubber after each pitch. He's just getting the ball thrown back to him and going.
2-2. Hova takes the breaking ball in the dirt, and it'll be 3-2.
And that pace that he's working at, that's something his infield really appreciates. They don't get tired. They can stay focused. Keeps them on their toes.
Espinosa into the windup, payoff pitch, and Hova takes outside and low, ball 4. So Michael Hova draws a leadoff walk. Second consecutive inning in which a Pacific has walked to lead off the inning. And now Brent Gillespie. Kirshner continues to warm for Santa Fe in the bullpen. Looks like he may take over for the 9th. Looked like Gillespie was checking to see if there was going to be a pinch hitter or not. And now there's going to be a pinch runner, Kyle Lady, coming in for Michael Hova.
Your attention, please.
So Matt Kavanaugh putting the speed on the base paths.
Kyle 80.
And 80, one of the quickest men on this team. will stand in for Gillespie. Gillespie 0 for 3, a strikeout, pop out, a ground out to second. Takes the first pitch fastball right there for a strike. 0-1. '80 held on by Carranza at first. 1 strike pitch, and Gillespie swings and lifts one foul, third base side, slicing out of play. Bryson gave it a look, but wasn't able to catch up, and quickly, Gillespie finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
That was a breaking ball from Espinosa that he left up. Gillespie was still fooled a little bit, didn't have much lower half in that swing, and fouled it down the left field line.
Brent's been a good 2-strike hitter this year. '80 still away from first. Espinosa from the stretch. And the 2-strike pitch, and Gillespie takes the breaking ball in the dirt. Nice leave. And Gillespie there, it's 1-2.
Espinosa tried to freeze Gillespie there with an extended hold. Froze me a little bit. It's been a long game.
Ticking towards 3 hours elapsed, with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch, and Gillespie swings and fouls it back. The 1-2 breaking ball, just able to stay alive. It'll stay 1-2.
Gillespie got a hanger there and he missed it. Frustrating feeling for a hitter, knowing you get a mistake and not being able to capitalize on it.
1-2. Here's the pitch, and Gillespie takes the fastball, and it misses up, so 2-2 the count to him.
That's a great take from Gillespie. That high fastball has been one we've seen him chasing lately, but he was able to identify it early and lay off.
They've gone final in Pittsburgh. 8-5, Vallejo has defeated the Diamonds. 2-2, and Gillespie swings and hammers one at second off of Yasuda's glove and into right field, a base hit. 80 can fly. He's headed for third, is going to get there standing up. Now Gillespie with a knock, and now the Pacifics with runners on the corners. That'll bring up Giacchis.
Yeah, that one was hit relatively close to Yasuda, and it deflected off his glove, but that's going to be a hit all the way. Gillespie smoked that thing.
So now John Giacchis, one of the few men who was able to hit Mike Jackson Jr. tonight. John is 1 for 3. Doubled into left field his last trip.
Pacifics with a chance here. Runners at first and third, nobody out.
First pitch to Giacchis, big swing and a miss at a breaking ball down. It's 0-1. Well, John looked like he was trying to leave the yard with that swing. 0-1. Espinosa set, and Giacchis swings a grounder and snared by a diving Baptista to second, one, no relay to first. 80's going to come home to score, so an RBI ground out from John Giacchis, and it's a 9-3. Stompers lead. Great play by Baptista. He was played in because he was holding the runner on, went to his knees to grab it, and then quickly popped to his feet and threw out Gillespie at second. Erases one runner. Narrows the deficit, but still a 6-run lead for Sonoma. And now Gingras. First pitch to Ricky, and he swings and fouls it straight back. And it's 0-1.
Nearly got Moroshi there in the Stompers dugout. The ball was about a foot away from him. Nearly took his kneecap off.
0-1. Here comes Espinosa, and Gingras swings and tops it foul right in front of the plate. Quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Kirshner still throwing. Espinosa trying to get out of this inning with minimal damage. No balls, 2 strikes. Center Field able to get their first offense going since the 5th. 0-2 pitch, and Gingras takes. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Got him with the heater. And there are 2 away now for Johnny Bakakis.
Perfect pitch from Espinosa there. 0-2 paralysis fastball on the outer half of the plate. Gingras didn't have any chance.
Bakakis, 3 strikeouts on the night. in 3 at-bats. 2 away with Giacchis at first.
Bukakis going to be aggressive early here. Anytime you've struck out as he has, you don't want to get into those 2-strike counts.
First pitch swinging, and he misses the fastball, 0-1.
Very tardy on that. He didn't pick up that fastball well at all.
Righty on righty, Bukakis on open stance. Top of the order waits on deck. 0-1, and Bukakis takes the fastball. That one catches the inside. It's 0-2.
And sometimes these nights just happen for a hitter. Feels as if the second you step into the box, you just find yourself in an 0-2 hole. Seems to always happen on nights that you've found yourself with a couple Ks as well.
0-2. Giacchis from first, held out by Carranza. Here's the pitch. Bukakis checks his swing, leaves the breaking ball down and out, and it'll be 1-2 to him. Two outs, bottom 8, 9-3. Sonoma's in the lead. They've led the entire way. Here's the pitch, and Bukakis checks his swing, leaves the breaking ball down again, 2-2.
Espinosa's now shown Bukakis both of his different breaking balls. He has the faster, sharper breaking slider and the slower, loopy curveball, which he just threw.
2-2. Espinosa set from the first base side of the hill. Here's the pitch, and Bukakis takes strike 3 called on the inside corner. Bukakis down looking for the second time tonight, and Espinosa, after giving up the run, limits the damage. 9-3 Sonoma through 8. You're listening to the Centerfeld Pacifics on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is second baseman Chase Tucker, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
9-3 the Stompers lead as we go to the top of the 9th, and Michael Kirshner will take over for Brandon Warner. And if you're not leaving with a smile, then it's time for a change. Think Marshall Motorworks off of Francisco Boulevard East. Father and son, keeping you on the road. Warner comes in to just face the one batter and strikes out Daniel Baptista swinging, so a good outing from Warner. And Kirshner will come on, having struggled out of the gates this year, 7 appearances. 0-2 his record with a 9.00 earned run average, 4 strikeouts to 8 walks in 6 innings pitched. And Kirshner has had a rough time of it over the last couple of games especially. Going to face Bryson, Fox, and Morioka in the 9th inning. Kirshner, in his last 2 appearances, has surrendered a walk-off walk with the bases loaded as the first pitch to Bryson takes a fastball right there for a strike, 0-1. And lasted just a third of an inning against Pittsburgh on Saturday. Gave up 3 runs on a couple of hits, walking 2.
Bryson, one of the few Stompers hitters unable to get in on the action thus far tonight, going 0 for 4.
0-1 pitch from Kirshner. Fastball just misses the outside. Nice pitch, though. It's 1-1. Low 90s the heat from Kirshner. Pairs it with a good slider.
He's got good stuff. It's just a matter of if he can find the zone or not. As you mentioned, 8 walks in 6 innings is not ideal.
1-1 count. And a swing and a miss. Bryson chased the high heater. It's 1-2.
A fastball gives you a good idea of how fast Kirshner throws there. Bryson, one of the Stompers' best hitters, way tardy on it.
1-2. Kirshner from the belt. Kicks and he deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him in that sweeping slider. 1 away here in the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Derek Fox.
That's just an excellent sequence of pitches from Michael Kirshner there. Elevating with the fastball just below the letters to Bryson. Then coming back with a slider that darts out of the strike zone, down and away. Getting Bryson to swing right over the top of it.
Fox 1 for 3. Single, a walk, couple of runs scored. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Takes the first pitch fastball from Kirshner right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, looks like Kirshner has good command tonight.
He's a weapon when he can fill up the zone. I mean, the stuff is there for sure. That's not in question.
0-1. Kirshner kicks and he deals, and the fastball misses outside, 1-1. And Kirshner, in his 3rd year with San Rafael, has been a staple at the back end of the bullpen, in large part due to the electricity of that fastball. 1-1. Kirshner kicks, he deals, and the breaking ball misses low, 2-1.
Yeah, teams love to have power arms at the back end of that bullpen. Coming in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, when you're blowing some gas by some hitters, that's what you need in key strikeout situations.
2-1. Kirshner delivers. Fastball just misses high. Nice pitch from Michael Kirshner, though, 3-1.
I don't know where that one missed. Gary Rinkelmeyer said it was up and away, though.
Well, now a good hitters count to Fox. Kirshner is set from the belt. Here he comes, and he skips in the fastball, so a 1-out walk after the strikeout, and now Mason Morioka will come up.
And this has been the story of Kirshner's season thus far. Unfortunately for him, when he's fallen behind in the count, he hasn't been able to bounce back. That was his 9th walk of the season in just 6 1/3 innings.
Morioka, 1 for 4, a single in the 4th inning. He's also grounded out to short twice and struck out looking. 2 of those at bats against Pat Barnett. As a first pitch fastball at the knees, inner half, 0-1. And Barnett left after 5 2/3 and is in position to lose unless San Rafael can come away with quite the rally in the last of the 9th. They're down 9-3 right now, 1 away and 1 on. Righty on righty, Morioka, an open stance. Kirshner to the plate. Fastball misses high. Ball and a strike. Stat total is not too different tonight. Main differences, 2 home runs for Sonoma, the clutch hits for Sonoma, and the walks that have been issued by San Rafael. 1-1. Kirshner to the plate. Swing and a miss. Late on the high fastball, it's 1-2. Sonoma's issued just 3 walks. The Pacifics, 7 walks, 2 hit batsmen, 9 free passes. And that's been the theme of the game. 1-2. Kirshner kicks, he deals, swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball. Morioka not close. Strike 3, 2 punch outs in the inning for Kirshner. And now Mark Hurley will come up.
Kirshner blew that one by him. Morioka swung when that ball was almost in Gingras's mid already. He was very tardy.
Hurley, a great night. 3 for 4. Solo homer, single and a run, RBI single and a run.
Yeah, he's been in the middle of everything for the Stompers. Been a very good night for him.
First pitch to Hurley. Fastball right there on the outside, 0-1.
Hurley grimacing there after taking that pitch. Thought it was very hittable. Wish he had taken a go at it.
Hurley, an open stance on the right side. Hands held out in front of the back shoulder. 0-1. Swung on and lined out into right field. 80 came in, now circling around to his left. Back a couple of steps. Make the grab and the side retires. So no runs, a walk, and 1 man stranded. All right, we go bottom 9. Last chance for San Rafael. They're down 9-3 here on the Pacifics Radio Network.
This is pitcher Patrick Conroy, and you're listening to San Rafael Pacifics Baseball on PacificsBaseball.com.
Well, top of the order for the Pacifics here in the last of the 9th. They're down 9-3, and Austin Delmott will take over on the mound for Juan Espinoza. If you're not leaving with a smile, it's time for a change. Think Marshall Motorworks off of Francisco Boulevard East. Father and son keeping you on the road. Delmott has been very good this season. 7 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 1-0 record, 1 save, .87 ERA, 10 strikeouts to 5 walks, and 10 1/3 innings pitched. And he's here to lock it down here in the 9th. After Michael Kirshner pitched a very good top half of this 9th inning. Delmott replaces Espinoza. Goes 2 innings, allows a run on just 1 hit. A couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. Now Espinoza, a fine job in relief. Mike Jackson Jr., an even better job as the starter. 6 innings, 2 runs, neither of them earned. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Jackson spread out the hits. Was tough to hit all night, had everything working for him. So now Delmont on to face Pace, who is 0 for 2, couple of walks and 1 run scored. The Pacifics got 2 of their 3 runs in the 5th inning, where they had a chance to claw back into it at that point, but then the Stompers came back and put up 4 runs over the next 3 frames. First pitch fastball to Pace, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Left-handed batter is Delmont from the belt. 0-1 fastball, strike on the outside, 0-2. Delmont coming out and firing gas out of the pen.
Yeah, power arm at the back end of that Stompers bullpen. You can hear the glove pop with every fastball he throws.
0-2. Delmont delivers, and fastball very high and tight. Pace has to bend out of the way, and it's 1-2. Well, Delmont just rearing back and firing. You have a 6-run lead to protect. As he's set, here's the pitch, and Pace swings and misses late on the heater. And there's 1 away here in the 9th inning. It'll bring up Gonzalez.
Now batting for your Pacifics, sponsored by
Delmont not wasting any time, not dilly-dallying around with Pace. Threw him nothing but fastballs. Knew he has a power, knows he has a power fastball, and utilized it.
Gonzalez, 1 out of 4 tonight, a single in the 1st inning, reached on an error in the 5th, came around to score. Right-handed batter, Delmont to the plate, and Gonzalez checks his swing and leaves the fastball up. It's 1-0. I think part of what Delmont is so deceptive about him is that it's an easy, hard fastball.
It really is. Almost looks effortless out there on the mound for him, and yet it comes out so firm.
1-0, Gonzalez swings, a bouncer up the middle, snared by Delmont to his right, underhands to Carranza at first. 2 away, now Jake Taylor will represent the Pacific's final hope.
That was almost like pressing the Staples. That was easy button for Delmont. The comebacker just snared, trots over to first base to underhand it to Carranza, excuse me.
Taylor, a couple of hits and 4 trips, drove in a run in the 5th inning. Right-handed batter, lots of power. Delmont from the belt, first base side of the rubber. Here he comes, and Taylor swings and pops it foul, first base side, out of play. And it's 0-1.
Taylor aware of the power stuff from Delmont, not wasting any time, doesn't want to get behind in the count.
2 away, bottom 9, 9-3 Sonoma leads. Delmont from the belt, and a breaking ball misses outside. First breaker we've seen from Delmont tonight, and it's 1-1.
And even that looked a little firm.
Taylor trying to reach for Tucker. Delmont is set from the belt. Here's the pitch, and Taylor swings a high pop-up on the infield right side. That should do it. Yasuda, halfway between first and second, middle of the dirt, makes the grab, and that is your ball game. So the Pacifics come up empty and fall in game 1 of this 3-game series, and I think, Danny, it's pretty safe to say this game was all Stompers from the very beginning.
It really was. From the moment Yasuda took that ball deep to left center, they kind of dominated this game. Mike Jackson Jr. with an outstanding performance on the mound. And then really was the Pacific's pitching staff with the free passes that they issued that seemed to be their downfall. Mark Hurley, great night at the plate for the Stompers. Going 3 for 5. He hit a bomb as well. But as we mentioned, it was just too many free passes down the stretch from the Pacifics.
So it's a 9-3 final. The Stompers get 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. They leave 8. Center fell, 3 runs, 7 hits, an error, and they leave 9. Mike Jackson Jr. is the winner. He's 3-2. Pat Barnett will suffer his first loss as a Pacific, and he is 0-1 this season.